What is going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Back again with another live stream. We've been grinding on this channel. You guys already know what it is. Back with an Eagles live stream. It's been some time. Not a lot going on in football, but we have a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. I'm joined up here by four of my guys. Shout out to all of them. We're going to be talking the NFL Top 100 list, quarterback debate, a bunch of other things going on. But first off, like always, I go by RB, Philly Take with RB. And the guys up here that have channels, their links will be in the description. I will let them go ahead and introduce themselves. Go ahead, guys.
All right, I guess I'll start it off here. The one Eagles, non-Eagles guy in here. What's up, everybody? Derek Larger, co-host of the Bring the Juice Colts podcast. Glad to be up here talking the top 100 with RB and all these other guys here. A lot of great energy in here. Can't wait to get started on this, boys.
Yep. What's going on, everybody? 4 for 4 Philly fan back at it again with my guys. Special thanks to RB for, having us all on. We're about to be talking a lot of Eagles football, debating. You see the Cowboys fan in here. I mean, it's going to be fun. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. You know what time it is, gang. Hey, first off, RB, appreciate the love, my guy. You know who you on with. Y'all know who you rocking with. It's your boy, Philly Notion. It's okay, real quick before we even get this started. Y'all already know. Let's go check it. Let's get this belt. Check. We in there, gang. Y'all already know. Hey, look, if you new to this ride, you already know. Don't stop by the channel. Hit that subscribe. Again, make sure y'all hit that subscribe and activate that notification bell because we pushing it out here. Philly Notion on with you. Big salute, RB, for throwing me up in this thing. But y'all know we about to go ahead and make this, get into these discussion topics. Let's go and get it, gang. They already know.
What's up? My name is Derek. Appreciate my guy RB for having me on. We've been talking about this for a while now. So I'm about to start getting my channel popping, and let's get to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to all 18 people up in the chat. Live streaming from two channels right now. Philly Take with RB, 4 for 4 Philly fan. Like always, let's see who the real ones are. Who's up in here? Brokey 711 says, "What up? What happened? Why am I the only one in here?" In my now we're up in here. We're up in here. We're bringing the energy tonight. Again, shout out to all my guys for coming up on here. The realest of the real right here. The realest of the real. Let's see. Lane Johnson tested positive for the virus. Yeah, we saw that. Brokey, I heard they got to call me up. Bro, finally. Yeah, my fault. We're just getting things right up in here. 5-man round table. Wentz is better. I like it. We're already coming with the bold takes. Barn 5, what's going on? I've been waiting for this. Hey, man, we're here. We got a Cowboys fan. Wow, yeah. And Cowboys fans, I know they're going to come up here and swarm like bees to honey, but just take notes. Take notes at what a real Cowboys fan should look like. I'm not bringing any just off the street Cowboys fan up. This guy knows what he's talking about. So it's going to be a good debate. Philly 559, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you being up in here, man. Eagles season. VD, Pate, what's going on? Eagles season Notion, bringing the energy. You already know what time it is. Hold up, let me get this name off the screen. Did not mean to click that. I can't have that name in there. Rick Bennett says, subscribe to all. Good evening, all. Yes, including the Cowboys fan. What's going on, Rick? Appreciate you being up in here. We're just gonna start it off. We're gonna go around this table, and guys, the top 10 names have been announced, but they will be announced during this stream. So you guys let us know in the chat when they get announced. First off, I'll start it off. The list was absolute trash. I could have put a blindfold on, taken the names, and made a better list. The list was absolute garbage. I'm tired of Philadelphia athletes getting disrespected. This is a different level. Carson Wentz, not a top 100 player. Lane Johnson, not a top 100 player. Jimmy G, Dak Prescott, Ryan Tannehill. Are you serious?
Yeah,
I'll let it go to my next guy, Derek. But I'll just start off by saying absolute garbage.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be talking Carson Wentz here, I'm sure, over the next like 30, 40 minutes. But yeah, I mean, and for my guys, especially for the Colts, we only had 3 guys on the top 100 as well. I thought 2 of them got very disrespected. Darius Leonard and Deforest Buckner. Deforest Buckner in 2018 was an all-pro, one of the best defensive tackles in all football. Currently, PFF has him rated as the 3rd best defensive tackle in all of football right now, and he's only the 56th best player in the NFL. That drove me nuts. But the number one that always gets me mad is the maniac himself, Darius Leonard, got dropped 24 spots from last year to this year, was 26th in the NFL last season after his rookie year where he led the league in tackles. This next year, 110 tackles again this last year, had 5 interceptions on the year, had 2 forced fumbles, had 6 sacks, and yet somehow gets dropped 24 spots all the way to 50. What in the heck is that? How in the world does the best linebacker, the best off-ball linebacker in football get dropped by double than what he was last year? I don't understand it. I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit more.
Yeah, man, this list was trash. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. This list was garbage. And, you know, you look at some of the guys that were snubbed, you look at some of the guys where they were even placed. And this isn't even like, I'm not even talking about Dak right here. Ryan Tannehill, 68th best player in the NFL.
He should have been on that list. He shouldn't have been on that list.
He shouldn't have. Not even a little bit. He's not worth the money. He's not worth a top 100 ranking. The dude got carried by Derrick Henry. The entire Titans team.
Games. I feel like there should be a criteria of amount of games you play to get on the list. I don't think you should be able to play 8 games and be on that list. That's unacceptable.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. Like, really? And Lane Johnson's not on this list either? Come on, man. I mean, I can see if Dak and Wentz were on the list and Lane Johnson and Tyron Smith and all them guys, they all deserve to be on the list. But the fact that some aren't and then the fact that some are, that's where I got the problem. But, you know, we're definitely going to be talking about this garbage list for probably the whole string.
And my center, Ryan Kelly from the Colts, man. He should have been in the top 100 too. He's one of the top 3 best centers in the league. I mean, good Lord. These guys are just getting tossed around. These offensive linemen from all of our teams are just not getting any love, man. I don't understand it.
Yeah, Quentin Nelson definitely should have been higher on that list for sure. He definitely should have been higher.
He should have been higher.
Man, this whole list is straight garbage. Y'all already know. Let's go and cut. Hey, look, I'm not even saying your boy Dak. I already know he should be on that list. Definitely, you know, at the high end somewhere. But there's some other people such as like Tannehill, like you said, this man should not be on this list. Everybody that was on this list, a lot of these quarterbacks, which I'm sure we're going to talk about, gang, but a lot of these quarterbacks were straight carried. Backpack style, gang, carried. And we already know, hey, I'm assuming that these players, you know, that made this vote on this, I'm convinced a lot of these players was on the bench somehow, gang. So, hey, I'm saying what it is. This list is complete popularity votes. It's hot garbage. You mean to tell me Wentz not even a top 100 player? Yeah, cut it out, gang. Absolutely. Cut that out.
Me,
Spotlight is in here.
Yeah, me just being a Cowboys fan, like, just watching the way Wentz carried that team with no receivers, offensive line banged up, Jason Peters, Lane Johnson in and out the lineup. Just me being unbiased, there's no way Wentz should have not been on that list. If any ego on that list, Wentz should have definitely been on that list.
Wentz should be on the list. He should be higher than Dak Prescott on the list. I'll tell you why. But first off, Spotlight Raiders talk. My guy Darian, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you being up in here, man. How does Darius Leonard get dropped? Yeah, I mean, I
don't understand it.
You want to talk about guys getting dropped? I was just starting with Wentz. You want to tell me how Zach Ertz gets dropped 45 spots? The dude played with a lacerated kidney, over 900 yards, was the top option on a team that was throwing the ball to Wawa employees. I mean, come on. It was in the division. It's a bunch of crap, man. It's crazy. Sheesh. Hold up. They disrespect my Raiders on that list. Welcome to the gang, man. They disrespect a lot of people on this list. It's crazy. don't agree with the list, but I already know how they disrespect Pennsylvania. It's crazy. And we're going to talk about Wentz and a lot with Carson Wentz. I'm tired of him getting disrespected. I'm tired. Bashir says, is that a Cowboys fan? Hope he's not delusional like the rest. No. You know I'm a delusional Cowboys
Bashir.
unless I have him. And this guy actually knows what he's talking about. I wish I could duplicate him. Like 20 more of them and bring them up on here. But, hey, man, in terms of Carson Wentz, I'm tired of this disrespect. Carson Wentz, I mean, how many times do we have to harp on this? Over 4,000 yards. No receiver over 500 yards. Throwing the ball to who knows who. Who knows? I don't care that we had Zach Ertz, lacerated kidney. Dallas Goedert wasn't used right. You know why? Because Mike Groh didn't know football if it hit him upside the head. The Eagles were literally counted out. They lost a terrible game against the Miami Dolphins. It was embarrassing. But Carson Wentz, with his back to him, with his back against the odds, you know what he did? He led the Eagles to 4 straight division wins. I don't care if it was the worst division of all time. He was throwing the ball to Deontay Burnett and Davis. I mean, come on. Dallas had the #1 offense in the league. Carson Wentz, he showed that he can do more with less. You want to know what Dak did without Zeke Elliott a couple years back? It's not that good. I'll warn you. I'm tired of the disrespect.
He didn't do nothing.
You can call Carson Wentz a top 5, a top 10, whatever you want to call it. The dude is he's a top 30 player in the league. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah. And this is the sad part for Eagles fans. You're just going to have to accept that what happened with Nick Foles leading the Eagles to the promised land will forever ruin Carson Wentz's image. It will forever do it. And I don't understand why. I truly don't. Because once that happened, people thought that Wentz was expendable. They thought somebody else can come in here and run the Eagles just as well as Carson Wentz, because obviously Nick Foles did it. But then you had people questioning if Carson Wentz had real leadership qualities, which is incredible to me to think about because I've never seen an issue with him. I mean, the dude literally was killing himself last year to be able to actually keep the Eagles up just enough to be able to make the playoffs. I know this as an Indianapolis Colts fan. Andrew Luck had to do it for 5 years before he finally got help. I completely understand how it is. And I'm telling you, it's just the ultimate unfortunate truth that Nick Foles winning that Super Bowl was the absolute worst thing that could have ever happened to Carson Wentz. Wentz will forever be looked down upon, even by some Eagles fans. Even by some Eagles fans, that he gets looked down upon because they're like, you know, why can't you do it? If Foles was able to do it, why can't you do it? Well, I mean, you know, there's different circumstances there, but
I think what should help Carson, though, as far as his credibility with Eagles fans, like the year that I don't think Nick Foles could have got that team to the playoffs if he played the entire season.
I don't think so. If he did, it wouldn't have been as amazing as it was.
Right. Just looking at the season he had with Jacksonville, the way he was banged up, how inconsistent he was, that's just a small sample size how Carson pretty much sat the platter for him and he just finished it off. That's all it was.
Man, that's facts, gang. I mean, pretty much like our whole Eagle culture knows, okay? We all can't knock Nick Foles. We know Nick Foles, you know, hey, look, he did what he had to do, but a lot of that was credited to, of course, Doug Peterson, gang. So you already know, hey, Doug Peterson's the mastermind. And, hey, to be honest, we know Carson's got a way better talent skill set than Nick Foles. There ain't no way y'all could convince me or tell me that Nick Foles would have drove us the whole season and took us, you know, straight to the ship like that. I mean, yes, Carson set that run up. I believe it was 11-2, you know, before he got injured. So, hey, we know Foles put the cap on him, but a lot of that was credited to Doug Peterson. And you're completely right. You know, with him winning that Super Bowl, automatically that put those high expectations on Wentz. We were saying it after the game, you know, we're going to have to see how Wentz gets back to this state right here. So, you know, the pressure's on him, but at the same time, you know, with him having Doug Peterson, I mean, hey, you know, I think the man has a great shot. So,
yeah, like, I mean, you guys basically hit that right on the nail. I mean, look, Nick Foles, he did what he had to do. He brought a championship to the city of Philadelphia, something that no other Eagles quarterback has ever done. And I understand that. But who was the MVP of that season before going down? Who should have still won that MVP even though he did go down? Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
I mean, he brought this team to how many wins? 12 and 1, 12-1 record in 13 games. And yet he was the third best player that year. Now he's not even on the list. How is that?
Yeah. I wonder what's the criteria of even being on the list. Like, there got to be some kind of consistent criteria. Like, for example, they said this year was the first time that there could be 7 players from one team, and they said it changes every year. But I feel like if you're gonna pick players from the team, it has to be. It can't just be you picking, like you said, a popularity contest. It has to be how important was that player to that team? What did they bring to the team? Not just, oh well, Lane Johnson's been inconsistent as far as in and out the lineup. Like, I don't think that should matter. Like, what did that player do while he was on the field? Like, I think that should be what it's about for sure.
Yep.
Here's my problem with Carson Wentz in 2017 has an MVP caliber season, sets the Eagles up for a first round bye and helps them go ahead and win a Super Bowl, even if it wasn't him directly. Well, you know what's funny? He was number 3 after the 2017 season on the list. And you know what's funny? This season, he had a better completion percentage. He had somewhat better numbers. I'm not saying, in every category, but Wentz had a great season. He played a full 16, and people failed to recognize that. And like I said, he showed me the question of what I needed to see. He is the leader to step up when things get tough. Who would be that guy to step up and carry? I mean, you saw who he carried. I mean, it's crazy that we have guys like Ryan Tannehill and Jimmy Garoppolo and Josh Allen. Josh Allen. I mean, come on now. It's obviously the list has no credibility to it. It's very poorly put. It's voted by players. And like Tiara says right here, it's not about the stats. She says it's about how players feel about each other. Wentz not even liked by his own locker room. I don't agree with that. Maybe he wasn't liked by Alshon Jeffrey, but it's not fair to say an entire locker room did not like Carson Wentz. Why do you think they put so much trust in him this past season? Why do you think he took them where they need to be? I mean, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think that locker room would have actually still played for him had they actually felt that way. I mean, and going towards your quarterbacks thing, I mean, Colin Cowherd was talking about this, and I agreed with him on his stance of, when he said that great players don't fall under pressure, and that's why you would fall under this top 100 list. But why is Josh Allen on it? But then he talks about Jimmy Garoppolo, and then he said, well, don't forget, for 3 quarters, Jimmy Garoppolo was doing better than Patrick Mahomes in that game. Yeah, but you said that you fall under pressure. The fourth quarter matters. That went into that game. They went into that fourth quarter with the lead. Jimmy Garoppolo could not keep that momentum going because Jimmy Garoppolo got tagged. I mean, it showed right there. You literally just became a hypocrite. Jimmy Garoppolo was also, I might add, we talk about Ryan Tannehill with Derrick Henry carrying him throughout all playoffs, right? Can we not say the same thing about Jimmy Garoppolo and that running game? They ran for didn't they run for like 300 yards against Green Bay in that playoff game? I mean, they ran offense. They ran over people all year long. So Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have as much pressure to put on him until it actually got to the Super Bowl where Kansas City was able to neutralize the run game. And then what happened? Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't able to get it going. And you have one of in my opinion, the best tight end in football in George Kittle. But I mean, it's again, Jimmy Garoppolo, while I will agree that Jimmy Garoppolo does deserve to be on the top 100 because of how he rebounded, no way should he be in the top 50. He should be in the 80s or 90s, in my opinion. There's no way that guy should have been at 43. No way.
Even Aaron Donald, like, that's how you know it's kind of a popularity contest. Like, I feel like Aaron Donald had a down year last year. That's how I feel. Like, there's no way he should be in the top 10. I mean, like, he didn't have even the amount of sacks that, we're accustomed, to him getting. So for him to be in the top 10, I just felt, and his team had a bad year. I feel like the Rams had a bad year last year.
Yeah.
Like the Cowboys had, of course, we know they went 8 and they had a bad year. We beat them 45-16, one of the last weeks of the season. Aaron Donald has never had a sack against Dallas, never. He's never had a sack against Dallas. And that just shows you, like, it has to be some kind of criteria has to be met to be on that list. Like, it's definitely a popularity contest for sure.
That's so true, brother. I mean, it's like, what is the criteria for this list? Because you got players like, Kyler Murray. This man took his team. I know. Hey, look, and I'm not going to sit here and say Kyler Murray doesn't have, a good skill set. Like, I think Kyler Murray is going to be really good in this league. And actually, I got him kind of rounding off my top 10, QB somewhere. So I see the talent in Kyler Murray. But the man had a 5-10 record last year. Right. So what is he doing, that Carson Wentz ain't doing, that he somehow rounds out the 90s? So, yeah, it's definitely some kind of a popularity contest. I'm thinking it's the new movement, kind of pushing for some of the new rookies. Like we saw Jacobs on there from the Raiders. So I completely understand it. Again, I'm not buying it, of course. The list is straight garbage. But, they need to define the criteria in it because really there ain't no criteria. You can't tell me you're going to put Kyler Murray in there with a 5-10 record, no playoffs talks, whatsoever. But Carson Wentz misses the list after he puts the team on his back, makes the playoffs with a 9-7 record. There's no criteria. I don't know how they're putting these votes up there. And they should at least, I would say, hey, if you're going to put out names or people are voting, put your name out there. Who's making these votes? Because evidently it's a big, secret group of players that we don't even know about that's making these picks. So, hey, I'm saying they need to define the criteria. I completely get that, my guy.
Yeah, there is no criteria. It's literally, like we all have been saying, it's a popularity contest. It's who is liked by who more. Who's the highest ranked Eagle? 76? And who is it? Fletcher Cox? 76? Come on, man. I understand 3.5 sacks, but all right. If you want to have Fletcher Cox at 76, what about Ertz? Why did he drop 45 spots? Why did Brandon Brooks not even make it out of the top 95? 90? You're telling me there's 95 players better than Brandon Brooks? No. He's the third. He's a top 3 guard in the league. Wherever Zach Martin was ranked, he should be right either behind, in front. Quentin Nelson should be right. They should all be in the same top 10. So if it's in the 40s, they should all be in the 40s. Same thing with the tight ends. They're very close. Ertz, Kittle, Kelsey. Kelsey and Kittle are better than Ertz, but Ertz should not be 90s, 80s. Come on, man. When Kittle's in the 20s or 15s, I don't even know where he's at. It's just bad. Like, I just don't understand, like, how disrespect and Slay drops. Like, Slay, he's a top 7 corner in the league. Everybody drops.
We can't even really count Slay. I mean, he just got sent to us, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody just, like, I really feel like everybody just despises the Eagles. And it's to the point where they're not even giving anybody, like, if you step foot on an Eagles jersey, anything, you're automatically.
I think Carson's the only quarterback that won his division that didn't even make the list, which is crazy.
Facts.
Crazy.
He beat half the quarterbacks in front of him. Yeah. How did Josh Allen make the list and not Wentz when we beat them? We whooped up on them.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I have a problem.
Josh Allen, who we lost to?
I have a problem with this list saying that no Eagles are in the top 70 players in the entire league. I mean, that's crazy to me. You're talking to me about a team that has made the playoffs year in, year out these past few years, having how many injuries on a team? The team that can come together and rise up to the occasion. That team doesn't have a top 70 player in the NFL. It's hard for me to believe that. Like you guys were saying, some of these other guys like Ertz and Fletcher Cox, blatant disrespect. Overall, the list is bad. To finish off on the whole Wentz thing, like Deshaun Watson at number 20, Tom Brady at number 14. We talk about Dink and Dak Prescott. How about Dink and Dunk Tom Brady? I mean, that's all the guy does. He was carried by the number 1 defense in the league. I'm sorry to say it. The guy's arm is washed. He lost that last regular season game. I think it was to the Dolphins. Choked that whole thing. Lost to the Titans. Come on now. Like, we cannot be serious right here. We can't be serious. The Eagles are just disrespected across the board, every sport, and I'm tired of it.
75 players.
And I don't know about y'all, but I had a huge issue with Todd Gurley being number 43 on this list. I mean, look, I get the
know
12 touchdowns. Like, I get it. That's really good. 12 touchdowns in a season is really good. I understand that. But the man averaged 3.5 yards a carry. That's it. And he didn't even hit 1,000 yards. He didn't hit 900 yards. This guy was a shell of his former self. It's actually the lowest yards he's had in his entire career. Like, I completely understand that they dropped him. I get it. But 43? No, man. This guy should have been in the 70s. No way does a running back that doesn't even hit 1,000 yards get considered in the top 50 best players out there. No way.
Todd didn't even have 100 rushing yard game last year.
Yeah.
Not one.
Popularity.
He shouldn't even been on the list, period. There's no reason why. Like, he was obviously, the whole knee situation he has going on, but if he didn't even have a 100-yard rushing game, even his touchdowns, like, they would get to within the red zone of 5 to 10, and then they would just hand him the ball. It ain't like, he's rushing for 250 or 150 yards. Like,
Todd Gurley got cut. He got cut.
Right.
I mean,
he even got cut. You're right.
He got cut. And I see my guy Spotlight Raiders talk up in here talking about Josh Jacobs. He's absolutely right. Jacobs was a better running back this past year than Todd Gurley, and it wasn't even close.
Tony Pollard was a better running back than Todd.
Come on. Jimmy G.
Miles Sanders should be on that list. Where he at?
There was somebody that just commented asking us if we had an issue with Brees's ranking. And Brees was ranked 12th in the league. I don't know about that. I mean, I think that's a little high for him. I think he's still a really good quarterback. In my opinion, he's still a top 5 quarterback to me, just because I still know what he can do. But, like, if he didn't have Michael Thomas there, right, I don't think that he's as special as he was before. I think he should be like low mid-20s, but I don't think he's fringe top 10 worthy. I don't think so.
Especially the way he folded against the Vikings in the playoffs last year.
Yep.
Look, here's what I'll say.
Every year.
It's hard to compare these guys because of their situations, because of who they have around them, because of what they've been given. But I know one thing for certain. Deshaun Watson, he's had DeAndre Hopkins. Tom Brady has had Bill Belichick. Ryan Tannehill this year had Derrick Henry. All right. You know who Carson Wentz has had? Never a 1,000-yard receiver. His highest receiver has been Zach Ertz, who has amassed 1,000 yards twice. You know who the leading rusher for the Eagles was in 2017? What was it? Jay Ajayi, LeGarrette Blount? 2018. Who was it? Josh Adams? Who was his rookie year running back? Ryan Matthews? Carson Wentz was throwing the ball to Dorial Green Beckham. I'm talking about I could go out and guard Dorial Green Beckham in a casual football game. He has never been given a 1,000-yard receiver. And obviously, we'll talk about the Wentz and Dak thing. But look, man, Carson Wentz has been neglected of weapons. Neglected. And what does he do? He rises up to the occasion. I mean, Wentz should be in the top 30 of this list. No doubt about it.
Man, that's so true. That is so true. Again, I looked at this whole, when this list initially came out, and I got the report, it said something like 5 Eagle players was on it. Of course, I was stoked, gang. I was like, okay, I'm definitely sure I'm going to see Carson on this list, my guy. Man, I woke up, looked at this list, fellas. Man, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I thought I was going to have a great day. Man, I rolled right back to the wrong side of the bed, fellas. I was like, this is straight cap. This is ridiculous. Big salute to the Eagles that did make it. But again, how you put, that whole entire list together and not even acknowledge Carson Wentz. Like, he doesn't, have no kind of talent, for crying out loud. Hey, when they put Jimmy G on that thing too, oh my goodness. Yeah, fellas, I'm just, this whole thing, you can't put you really can't put a whole lot of stock into it. If anything to come is from this, definitely Wentz is going to be more motivated than ever. I think this is great bulletin board material. But yeah, the disrespect to this organization, it's real. So, hey, I'm sure Carson, just like everybody else, he's sitting at home taking notes, watching all this. He's going to be ready to get a season. He's ready to go in this year. Let's go and put it like that.
You already see him getting bulky. He's already bulked up. He's got to throw. He's got to throw those balls real far. He's got a bunch of speed demons.
I'm trying to tell you, got Wentz out there, no neck, looking out there, looking all swelled up. I'm like, all right, Carson. Okay,
Yeah,
guy.
it really is crappy that you guys don't have Goodwin this year. It's unfortunate. It really is. I thought that Goodwin would have been a really great addition if he was able to stay healthy, but I completely understand why he's doing it. Think he has probably the best excuse for why not to play this year of the 27 other players that have decided to opt out so far. But yeah, that's one less weapon for you guys. But you did get so many weapons this offseason that as long as they stay relatively healthy, then Carson Wentz is going to be in a much better situation this year, receiver wise.
Look, Carson Wentz is going to step up and have a crazy year. I already know it's going to happen, and I'm waiting on everyone to come back when it does. But overall, like we said, the Eagles honestly just disrespected. But shout out to everyone that's still up in here, 30 people. If you guys have not yet, hit the like button on the stream. Subscribe to everyone's channels, links in the description. Shout out to my guys for coming up on here and doing this with me. We're going to talk a lot of NFL. The next thing I kind of want to get into is about the whole quarterback thing because it's interesting to have different perspectives here. And first we'll answer this question. Was Brees too high for y'all? This was the question earlier. To me, he is. In terms of entire NFL players, he's not number 12 in the league. Let's stop it. To me, he's a top 5 quarterback. Is he a top 12 player? No, not a chance.
Where's Mike Thomas ranked?
Who?
Mike Thomas. Was he ranked yet?
Right now.
I think he's in the top 10. Yeah, so
top 10. Yeah, he should be.
I was about to say, because if Brees was ranked over Mike Thomas, that would have been.
That would have been a serious crime. Yeah.
Yeah, they should be in the top 10 like any moment now. So you guys let us know in the chat when it comes in here. But overall, let's read a few more of these comments, and then I want to ask you guys a question. Todd Gurley's not 43. NFL top 100 is a joke. Wentz can't stay healthy. The most important ability is availability, playoffs included. But here's the thing, and I'll just state this real quick. Carson Wentz, the thing with him, you're right, it is availability. But you know what's funny? When people talk about Carson Wentz, that's the first thing they revert to. Can he stay healthy? A lot of these other quarterbacks, the real question is, can he do it? Is he a winner? Can you give him the ball with the game on the line? I would rather have my quarterback contingent upon can he stay healthy? And when he stayed healthy, just go ahead and look at the numbers. Use your eye test. Stop being just a number leech. Use the eye test. Some of the throws that Carson Wentz can make are out of this world. And I'm tired of him getting disrespected.
Also, what about the quarterbacks that didn't even make the playoffs? Why did Kyler Murray make this list? Because he's the
I don't understand it.
He shouldn't even have been that.
Yeah. I get it. Kyler Murray was really good last year. I get it for what he had, for what he has to work with. His best option at this point in time is a 37-year-old wide receiver named Larry Fitzgerald. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my guy, Larry Fitzgerald, one of the OG wide receivers to ever play the game. He's going to go down as the most reliable wide receiver that you have ever seen play. But again, he's 36, 37 years old. He's got nobody. But Kyler Murray, they still didn't win many games. And, Kyler was sacked. It's quite ironic that for as shifty as Kyler Murray was able to be, they still were one of the highest totals in sacks last season. So, Kyler Murray's a good player. Don't get me wrong. And I was wrong about him when he got drafted. I didn't think he was even going to be this good to start out. But to crack the top 100 players,
You know what's funny, Derek? Larry Fitzgerald is 10 times better than what Carson Wentz had, and he still made the playoff.
Facts.
To Philly motion out at wide receiver. Come on now.
I'm trying to tell you.
Miles Sanders had a jacked up hip. Zach Ertz got smacked across the middle. I think it was. I forget who we were playing. Lacerated kidney. Come on.
Wait, was it Dallas that made that?
Dallas game.
I think it was that Dallas game. Yeah, he got took out. Okay, yep.
Crazy, man. Spotlight
Raiders. That was Xavier Woods hit, right?
Yeah.
Might have been.
I don't know if y'all fellas are starting to see the theme to that whole list. I actually just dropped a little video a little early, so I'll make sure y'all check that out too. But one of the biggest themes I'm seeing that every quarterback that is on that list, gang, is pretty much they all getting carried out there, except for Kyler Murray. I mean, you can make an argument for every last one of those quarterbacks out there. They're getting carried. You got Jimmy G. His defense is carrying that. You know, they're running rush offense, number one rush offense in the league. You got Tannehill. Derrick Henry's carrying that, man. You know, hey, you know, I ain't trying to knock you, my guy, but your boy Dak is on that list too. Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, you know, I'm saying carried. You know, you also get what? Drew Brees. Hey, Michael Thomas is carrying that, man. Alvin Kamara carrying that, man. You know, you got Tom Brady. Look, you know, the defense carried that man last year. Let's go and put that out there. You know, previous years, you know, hey, look, Tom Brady don't really have no receivers. He makes things happen, so I ain't going to shade Tom Brady. Those guys shouldn't be on the list, but you mean to tell me somebody that's not getting carried, that makes the team better, you know, puts the team on his back, Carson Wentz, doesn't even get an honorable mention on the list? That is complete garbage.
I was actually shocked Dak was so high. You know, him not having any game-winning drives, kind of being 1-5 against playoff teams. Like I feel like his stats sometimes it could be misleading as well. You know, like you said, they call them garbage time stats, but I don't know what the players thought about it. But I was honestly very shocked he was that high. I mean, especially us losing to the Saints with 4 field goals, like that's unacceptable. There's no way we should have lost to the Saints with 4 field goals.
Let me address this point real quick. People like this, and you can give your thoughts on this after. It's people like this that piss me off, right? So stop disrespecting Ertz and Dallas like they are not weapons. See, this is what someone says that knows who the Eagles have, but they don't watch the Eagles games. You know what I mean? I talked to this guy earlier on a video of mine. We were commenting back and forth, and I respect you. But let me tell you something. Let me just narrow it down for you, okay? Dallas Goedert was not utilized nearly correctly by the Eagles. Zach Ertz was the top option, a tight end. You know how easy it is when a team's top option is their tight end to apply pressure to that guy and really limit him. I mean, Zach Ertz was the leading receiver with 916 yards. And Dallas Goedert was barely used. But look at the guys on the outside. When you have nobody that can stretch the field, do you know how easy it is to drop guys on your tight end? I mean, come on now. Come on, those were his leading guys. Miles Sanders, he was hurt. I mean, let's stop this. Dak Prescott, and I'm sorry because this guy's a Cowboys fan, so I got to bring it up. You know who Dak Prescott has? Ezekiel Elliott. He can give him the ball when you need a big score. You know who Dak can give the ball to? Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. You got to put up on the road. This crazy trio of guys that are going to get 1,000 yards. Yeah, you're right. You got him. But you know who Carson Wentz had on the outside? Rob Davis. Let's stop it. Stop acting like Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert, 2 tight ends, means that we're a top offense in terms of who we have out there. Let's stop that. Let's stop.
And this is why ESPN is trash, okay? I'm going to tell you why ESPN is trash. Not that I need to give you an excuse as to why ESPN is trash, but I'm going to tell you what. They had an argument today. They were debating 2 quarterbacks on why they didn't make the top 100. The first one was Carson Wentz. I tagged you, RB, in that post that Louis Riddick said, and he displayed everything we've been saying. But the other guy they were talking about was Cam Newton. Now, I don't know how y'all feel about Cam Newton, and I'm sorry if I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings here, but Cam Newton does not deserve a top 200 spot right now. Doesn't deserve it at all because the guy didn't play all last year. He has been consistently getting worse over the last 3 seasons. His completion percentage has continued to drop. He has never stayed healthy. He's been more and more inconsistent as the times go along. So why is he being told that he deserves to be a top 100 player? Did you see anybody trying to go after him this offseason? No. The Patriots got him for $1 million. This was a guy that 5 years ago was the Super Bowl, was the MVP, was 5 minutes away from winning a Super Bowl, and then 5 years later, he barely can even find a job. How you expect me to sit here and say that Cam Newton is a top 100 player? Not at all. Not even close. Once you can actually throw for 60% completion percentage, then come find me. Until you can do that, you don't belong anywhere in the top 100.
He played as many games as Andrew Luck. How is he on this list? How would he be on this list?
That's crazy, man. Hey, Hey, let's all answer this question around. Let's just go around the board. You can give me like a certain range or whatever. Where do you guys think Carson Wentz should be on this list since we've been talking about him?
I'll let the Eagles fans say it first.
Oh, cool. I'll go ahead and kick this one off first, fellas. If I was to put Carson Wentz somewhere in this list, I mean, my opinion, what they put in, the likes of Drew Brees, Tom Brady, all of them probably in around the 20s, Deshaun Watson 20. So I'm at least saying, top 20, in my opinion. I ain't gonna sit here and say, of course I'll go ahead and give him maybe 20. If I'm gonna go ahead and switch out Deshaun Watson and I'm putting Carson in at 20.
Okay.
Honestly, look, he had a great year last year. Don't get me wrong. Do I think he had a better year than Watson? Yes, but I think they're both would be too high at 20. I'd put Carson around the 35 to 40 range. I'd have him over Dak, over Watson, over definitely Tannehill, Cousins, and all of that. He brought a team to the playoffs with me, you, and everybody else in this roundtable as wide receivers. How is he not even being debated on how did Kyler Murray make it over him? How did Tannehill, I didn't even see him throw the ball in the playoff game. Like all three of them, I didn't see him throw the ball once.
Threw the ball 13 times against Baltimore.
Watson's a great player, but I don't think he had a better season than Carson. Because plug in these quarterbacks. Plug in the quarterbacks in the Eagles' offense last season. None of them do what Carson do. None of them. Dak, Deshaun, Kyler, Cousins, Tannehill, all these guys are not doing what Carson Wentz does. Because skill-wise, Carson Wentz is a top 5 quarterback. Maybe not winning-wise or everything like that, but skill-wise. If I trust 2 players to make an impossible throw, it is Patrick Mahomes and Carson Wentz. And Russell Wilson is a very close third. But other than that, I do not trust Aaron Rodgers anymore. Drew Brees, Tom Brady, I don't trust them. I don't even trust Lamar Jackson. He was the MVP. I trust 3 guys with the ball in the final 2 minutes to make an impossible throw. Mahomes, Wilson, and Carson. And that's why he should definitely be in this list, 35 to 40, maybe even a little higher, like 33 range. That's where I would put him.
It kind of breaks my heart to say, obviously, Dak's my guy. He's my quarterback. But just seeing how Carson pretty much beat him man-to-man in Week 16 in Philadelphia, you kind of – if Dak was 49, Carson has to be, if not 30s, maybe early 40s ahead of Dak, because if we're basing it off of how important the player was to the team, like you guys said, Carson had nobody to throw the ball to, went out there and won a division. You really can't complain about, we both had the same schedules. Yeah, we played the Redskins, the Dolphins, and the Giants in the beginning of the season, and y'all played them, towards the end. I don't think that should matter. It's about what that player did when the chips counted the most, and you kind of got to give the edge to Carson over Dak because Carson did it when it counted, and Dak didn't. So you kind of got to put him right over Dak for sure.
I'm probably middle ground here. I'm probably going like late 20s, early 30s for me. Because like you said, what he did with little of what he had, is incredible in dealing with injuries and everything. And like Philly fans said, there's very few guys that I would trust the ball in their hands in those clutch situations. Obviously Mahomes and Wilson are one. I don't even know if I really would trust Deshaun Watson with that kind of capability, at least not yet. Because, Deshaun Watson's been good, but I don't think Watson's necessarily had the best clutch arm. But I think high 20s, low 30s is respectable. Like you guys said, he's a fringe top 5 quarterback. No question about it. That deserves to be recognized within the top half of the top 100 easily. So, yeah, I'm going that area.
Yeah, I'm right there too. I'm putting him around 30, honestly, given what he was able to do without the lack of weapons, given his back to the wall. The guy lost D-Jax week 1, lost Alshon, really didn't see him much for the rest of the season. I got to go with around 30. But I love the input from my guys up here. Let's see. Mario Chalmers says you guys are biased. Wentz isn't a top 5 QB. He's not better than Mahomes, Wilson, Jackson, Watson, or Brees. Be real. We're going to get to that. I see you've typed the message about like 4 times. Let me get to some more of these comments. Then we'll address.
It's ironic that a guy named Mario Chalmers, a guy who was carried for the Heat for multiple years, is the one telling us that we're biased.
Oh, man. Hey, who do you think is the best receiver in the league? We'll just go around real quick and just say a name. I'll start it off. To me, DeAndre Hopkins is the best receiver in the league. I'm sorry. I mean, the dude does not drop a ball. That's just my opinion now. And we'll take names from everyone else.
I'm going with the same DeAndre Hopkins. And it's sad because I really want to put Julio there, but I mean, Julio's inconsistent to me at times. Julio just has a few stretches where he just disappears. And I know they say, oh, you know, it's about the way that offense goes and things of that nature. No, if you're as dominant as you say it, you absolutely are getting targeted almost every play because you're that dominant. Like you said, RB, DeAndre doesn't drop the football. He doesn't drop it. His route running is amazing. He's got good speed. He's got great awareness. I mean, dude's a baller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also go D-Hop. Mike Thomas is very close too, but Julio to me is like top 3. But yeah, D-Hop, I've seen this man make catches that I've never seen done before, even by guys like Randy Moss, Terrell Owens. He's an unreal receiver.
Gilmore's not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna still go Julio. I'm gonna say Julio 1A, and I'm gonna go Hop 1B, just because.
Okay.
Julio's a freak, man. Like, for him to be that big, that fast, that strong, like Julio is a freak. I don't think we'll see anything like Julio for a while. You still got to throw Mike Thomas in there too, just because of the season he just had. But granted, Mike Thomas he's had Drew Brees' entire career, so we kind of got to say, well, what would Mike Thomas do if he didn't have Drew Brees? So I'm gonna still say Julio, just because Matt Ryan is very inconsistent as a quarterback, I feel. So Julio kind of got to work with what he has, but I'm gonna still go Julio 1A, and I'm gonna go Hop 1B.
Good one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and take Michael Thomas, fellas. I mean, you know, he leads, I think, led the league in receptions. I mean, yeah, I understand Drew Brees, you know, hey, he's out there putting it to him, but hey, he's snagging everything. So I got to go ahead and put Michael Thomas out there because the man has sure hands. He's snagging everything, leads the league in receptions. And hey, I mean, he's just a lethal talent out there. You can throw the ball wherever and expect, or at least Drew Brees has that confidence, you know, that, hey, he knows he's getting carried by Michael Thomas. Right. I'm going to throw it out there and let him go snag it up. So Michael Thomas has the crown for me, guys.
Yeah. And Mike Thomas.
RB, I love that you skipped that message. I love that you skipped that message from Hawk. The reason that that's the whole point of the stream. We're talking about this list. So if you have a problem with it, you might want to reconsider watching, but you know.
I mean, we're just talking about the list. Good stuff to talk about, especially with not a lot going on during this time. But yeah, I saw someone earlier said Derrick Henry was number 10. Don't know if that's legit or not. Let us know in the comment. Apparently, Stephon Gilmore is number 9. So we'll see as they come in. Carapool, what's going on? Appreciate you being up in the stream. Let's see. Dak is an average quarterback, but for Wentz not to be on the list is just wrong. Do you think Brady is too high? No doubt. I mean, to me, Brady should be maybe 70, around 70. I mean, not even close to 14 or whatever.
It's confirmed Derrick Henry is 10.
All right, so then and Gilmore is number 9. Okay.
Yep.
Jif.
I love that picture.
I swear to God.
Jif.
That's great.
Brokey 711. Who the heck is Rob Davis? I've legitimately never heard of him. And that's crazy because Brokey is an Eagles fan. He watched the games probably and still don't know who he is. That's Rob Davis. Carson Wentz is number 2 option, week 16 and 17.
Yeah, I ain't know who the hell Rob Davis is.
Rob Davis. I mean, and Mario, I see your message here again. We're going to get back to you, buddy. Don't worry. You better stay up in here.
Mario, we got you.
Grab your delusional Cowboys fans. Bring them up in here because I'm ready. I'm ready to grill everybody. Come on.
Hey, RB, before we I got a topic I actually want to talk with you guys about, something interesting. What y'all think of Lamar Jackson's comments recently? He was talking about he's still wanting the Ravens to sign Antonio Brown, even despite everything that's going on. What do y'all think about that? Because for me personally, I think that's stupid. I think that's immature and idiotic of Lamar Jackson to be saying that. I mean, look, I understand that Antonio Brown, talent-wise, he's still there. I get it, but this guy's not right in the head. Why are you even talking about it? Like, you not know what kind of mess this guy is in right now? He's in the middle of an investigation of sexual assault. I mean, and he couldn't even play right now in the NFL unless the NFL reinstated him, and they still have to go through the investigation. So why is Lamar Jackson even talking about him? I don't get it.
Hey, hold up. Before we answer that, my guy Mario up in here says, so I'm not allowed. Okay, I'll leave. Sorry for bothering you guys. I never said, look, we welcome all opinions here. We welcome the debates. That's what we're here for, to talk. You got to just stand and really just stand your viewpoint. That's all you got to do. Give us valid reasons, and we're going to debate with you. That's it, my guy. And this guy said, we're going to forget he played with Teddy. I like the guy, Kelly Green. What's his channel? Hey, links in the description, man. Links in the description. Cam the man, what's going on, bro? What's going on? But yeah, to your
I was gonna tell you, man. Look. This whole, the whole thing with what is it? I guess with the whole, my fault. With this whole thing, with this whole, my bad, fellas. Hold on a minute. My bad. So this whole thing pretty much just, regardless of the whole, who's going to go out there as far as like the whole just NFL and, this whole listen period, general gang. I'm sorry, but this thing is straight trash. And my bad, gang. I got a phone call coming in. So my bad. I'm going to step off just for a quick second. Hold on one second. Right there, bro.
All right.
I think with the whole Antonio Brown situation, I think with Marquise being his cousin, and then I think the whole Florida ties with all the men from Florida, I think it's a little biased, going on in that situation as well. So.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Antonio Brown's a great receiver, but he is literally messed up in the head. Like he probably I'm surprised he didn't make this list. It's that bad. Like he's just so messed up in the head. He probably did have partake in this list. But no, all seriousness, he's a great player, but he's done. He's done.
So real quick, my little thought real quick. I want to jump in here on Brown real quick. So the man has talent. Like we can't deny that. Everybody knows Antonio Brown has some talent, but who wants to deal with his headache? I mean, you already know you're going to have media channel outlets up the wazoo. Pretty much you're going to have to explain all this backstory on Antonio Brown. For what? I mean, just to possibly get, his talent. Of course, Lamar Jackson, I think that, of course, he's going to look for him. They would get the ball and stuff like that to him, but they already got what I think they got. Was it that boy? Is it Hollywood Brown out there?
Yeah, Hollywood Brown.
He don't need no kind of distractions like that, in his ear telling him pretty much what he doesn't need none of that Antonio Brown shade. I'm just saying, I think it's complete blasphemy for even Lamar Jackson to mention that. He needs to go ahead and just build off what he's got. And the Brown situation, toss that one out. That's too much of a distraction.
Did you guys see that the NFL just released the top 101 to 110 players? And guess who didn't make the list? Carson. Yeah, he didn't even make that. I don't even understand how that's relatively possible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even care at this point. He don't even have to be on the list for me anymore. Don't even put him on the list at all. Keep him out of the entire list. I'm not worried about that. Bird Gang 114, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you being up in here. 3% of Cowboys fans speak facts, and he's one of them. Hey, you already know, man. I mean, I wouldn't just bring a crazy Cowboys fan up on here. This guy knows what he's talking about. I got a lot of respect for him. Lord Dagger, what's going on, man? Appreciate you being up in here. Wentz is better than Watson, Dak, Rodgers, Tannehill, Cousins, Garoppolo, Kyler, and Josh. This is a joke. They even screwed Ertz. How's he ranked 85? Yeah, it's crazy.
100%.
Doesn't make any sense.
I'm trying to understand. Again, when I looked at this list, I thought it was a list from last year. Straight up, because how you put Carson Wentz on the list last year. This year he has a way better season, in my opinion. Again, and he's not even mentioned on this list. So, yeah, bro, I had to look at this list like, was this list from last year? But, hey.
Mario out here acting like a troll in this chat, bro. Look at his next comment. Brahim, Mario, bro. You out here comparing Carson Wentz to Matt Stafford? Are you kidding me, my guy?
Yeah, he big trolling.
Are you kidding me, my guy? Don't.
If we're talking about health, come on, man.
Hey,
that's cap.
We're about to get to this top quarterback debate. I just want to read a few more of these. Brokey, I like the Cowboys fan. Yeah. When he makes a channel, I'll definitely be having him up on here because he's one of the few I can actually talk to. He's not delusional. Wentz is in a group with Matt Stafford, Big Ben, Kirk Cousins. You're talking about Carson Wentz in the same sense as Choke Cousins. Choke Cousins. Come on, let's stop it now. Let's stop it. Hold up. Oh yeah, this is your comment right here. Okay, sorry. Man.
What quarterback is Mario Chalmers rocking with? I'm just curious. Did he mention what quarterback he rocking with?
What was it? I gotta look.
I need to know what quarterback because
he had Mahomes, Jackson, Watson. Watson over Wilson. I don't know if he's actually putting these in order, but there's no way that Wilson's number 4, if that's what he's actually saying. No way. Wilson is number 2 by far, but he said Brees rounds out the top 5, and Watson's in there too. I don't get it.
It's crazy. It's not dumb. Antonio Brown is goated. Yeah, I mean, he was great, but he'll end up going down as a waste of a Hall of Fame talent, honestly.
He ain't been the same since Vontez Burfict knocked the crap out of him.
It sucks, man.
Self-destruction, fellas. Self-destruction.
I feel like I always bring this up like on these streams, but I'm telling you, it all comes down to the overarching theme. When you try to change something that is working perfectly, that is when it all goes downhill. Look at Le'Veon Bell. Look at AB. I mean, you can look at football, any other sport. There's no Kyrie in Cleveland. There's no reason to mess those things up. And when you do, AB should have never asked for a trade out of Pittsburgh. Should have never asked for a trade. They were a playoff team every single year. There's no reason to. And look what happened.
Bruh, but they putting out fire albums on the off time while they're not working. That's when Antonio Brown.
Lord. Anyone that thinks Antonio Brown's stuff is fire.
All right, Notion. I'll catch you later, man. I'll catch you later. Come on now.
Antonio Brown is putting out garbage. You should have stuck to football.
That stuff is garbage. I mean, this man even said that I'll box Logan Paul. That's what that man's up to now.
I'm done.
He ain't even trying to play football no more. He's trying to box influencers. Like,
too many distractions.
You might as well just get me up on there. I'll take him. I weigh about 60 pounds more than that boy. I'll destroy him in a wrestling match. Destroy him. Easy.
Right.
Hold up. Because I got to get to some of these comments because they just keep coming in and it irks me. First, Lord Dagger says, I like how everyone was loving Carson back in 2017. Everyone was on his wagon. Now people think he's trash just 2 years later. Absolutely agree, bro. Couldn't have said it better. Mario's back at it. I'm going to get to that in just 1 second. Hollywood Brown wants to play with his cousin.
Pretty much.
Not an Eagles fan, but I'm a fan of the channel. I appreciate you, man. And I try to talk objective up in here, give my viewpoints, and I love hearing from other people as well. Yeah. I would sign AB for depth.
You're not signing Antonio Brown to be a depth piece. Yeah. That is way too much talent to be sitting on the
starter. He come out starter.
Julian says, what's up, boys? Unpopular opinion, Carson Wentz, top 3 QB when healthy. Appreciate you for that insight, man. We're going to talk about the QB list. I promise. Like, I'm trying to get to it, but then I just see delusion in my right eye, and I got to address it. I just got to address it. First of all, I would sign AB for more depth, low risk, high reward. Definitely is a high risk in my eyes. I mean, the dude your franchise.
Yeah, it destroys relationships in the locker room. That is bad. That is not a good thing.
Yeah. RK says, I'm with you. You don't don't put Carson on the list. Philly knows his worth. Fly, Eagles, fly. You already know. And I'm fine with being the underdog. I got no problem with it. I just think there's a line that you cross in terms of disrespect, and it's crazy to me.
D-Hop went number 8.
Brokey says they put D-Hop at number 8. D-Hop at number 8.
Okay. I think Aaron Donald is probably top 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. They just put Kittle. I think Kittle's like.
And Fletcher came in at 73. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we're just gonna keep on going, see how this list goes. But this is the comment I wanted to get to. Mario says Cousins didn't choke last year, and how many playoff games has Wentz won? Let me ask you something. What is your definition of choking? Did Kirk Cousins win anything? Has he ever won anything? Ever since he made that terrible, you like that? He still hasn't won anything. I mean, the guy sucks. He's literally Case Keenum in the flesh. They paid $80 million for the same exact player. I've said it all along. Carson Wentz is a much better player than Choke Cousins, all right? So, come on, Mario. Come on.
There is not a single executive out there right now that would take Kirk Cousins over Carson Wentz. No one. And that tells you exactly. And I would put that on my life. There's no way.
Kirk Cousins, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, Kirk Cousins, yes, he'll pull out some stats for you, right? He'll air it out. He's been doing that same thing since Washington. Washington had to go ahead and cut the leash short on that and send him over, to Minnesota because they saw he's not going to be able to get them over the hump. So same thing with Minnesota. Kirk Cousins has the talent there, but you can always count that Kirk Cousins is going to choke at some point in time during that game. So it's just a matter of time and when. But again, I'm not going to sit here and say that Kirk Cousins does not have, an arm to throw the ball and to get certain passes done. But when it's time, something's on the line for Kirk Cousins, we know the real Kirk Cousins. He's a choke artist. And I don't think he's ever going to get his team over the hump just for that alone. I don't think he has that built in his DNA.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No shit. Kirk Cousins is trash. Look,
I can't. I can't agree with you, RB. He's not. To me, he's not trash. He's not trash. But I mean,
what up?
Okay, I'll hear you out.
RB freeze up. I think he froze up.
Just answer that. Oh, we're good. We're good. Y'all can see me?
I lost everybody there for a second besides Philly.
Are we all good?
Yeah, we're all good now.
Yeah,
everybody's good now.
Everyone just started talking at once. It went crazy. But look, Derek, yes or no? Has Kirk Cousins done anything more than Carson Wentz? Yes or no? Yes or no?
I would say no. In my opinion, I know the answer, but I mean playoff wins. They have that argument, but I just mean like over the course of his career so far, has he done more than Carson Wentz?
No. In my opinion, I don't even think Kirk Cousins will even be a starting quarterback if RG3 didn't take that hit from Haloti Ngata. I don't even think he. I agree. He'll have it. He'll have a job at this point, I think.
Now I bring up my next point. Do you know who Kirk Cousins had around him last season?
Oh, yeah.
Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, and Dalvin Cook.
Yeah. Stephon Diggs, who might be the best route running receiver in all football. I mean,
if you gave Carson Wentz, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, and Kyle Rudolph, do you know what this man would do?
And get to play in a dome, too. Get to play in that closed environment.
Look, a lot of people lethal. Stephon Diggs. I'm sorry, he's near that top of the league in receivers. Stephon Diggs is highly slept on. Even Adam Thielen, I love the chip that he plays on with his shoulder. Like, you know what I mean? The Vikings have put a lot around Kirk Cousins, and for them to pay him $80 million, I'm telling you, they paid for the same man as Case Keenum. It's just Kirk Cousins chokes more on Monday Night Football. 0-8. I mean, come on. That's what I love playing
against when he was in Washington. I loved it.
Every game, I loved playing against Kirk Cousins because he's going to choke. He's choke Cousins. Look, I just think you got to look at what they've been given around him. and really use that as a basis. Like, it's crazy to me. I don't think Kirk Cousins is above a mediocre quarterback.
I'll put it out there. Look, and RB, you already know I'm in agreement with you, my guy. I think Kirk Cousins is out there getting carried. But, I got to go ahead and give Kirk Cousins. I mean, he's pretty consistent year in and year out with at least, putting up over 4,000 yards. Some years I think he's put up like over 5,000. I know a lot of it in comparison. I ain't going to slice you, but, I kind of got a similar feel. I see some of the Dakish, kind of in him where he's going to get those stats, but really when it comes to getting it done, you can't count on no Kirk Cousins. But again, I'm not going to sit here and say like I would take Kirk Cousins over, potentially somebody like Ryan Tannehill. I'd take him over somebody like Jimmy Garoppolo. I know that Kirk Cousins is going to air it out, but you can always count that at some point in time, he's going to cough it up or, on that big stage in that big moment, he's going to choke it up. So based off of that, I get what you're saying, RB. He is still garbage. Don't get that twisted, but he's mediocre. I'll put Kirk Cousins as being a mediocre quarterback just because, again, I don't think he's going to do anything magnificent to take his team over the hump anytime soon.
Yep.
RB, this Julian Zori guy in your chat is hilarious. I'm looking at these comments.
He's always up in here getting the pile right, and that's why I appreciate him, man. Eagle season, good point. Says Mike Tomlin should be a Hall of Famer just for dealing with Anthony Brown. That's a good point. Let's see. Jip says here from 4 for 4 Philly fan. Shout out to you, man. Smokeless says this is the first non-delusional Cowboys fan I've ever seen. It's crazy.
This guy's showing you love, Jay. I mean, he's showing you love out here.
I would, because he's actually. It's crazy. I mean, you should take off that hat, throw it in a pile, burn it, and come over to Eagles Nation.
You gotta burn that shirt too while you at it.
They don't deserve you, my guy. They do not deserve you. It's crazy. Kittle at number 7. All right, so there we go. I think it's crazy that he's even over Travis.
Kittle at 7? Okay.
I don't even think he should be above Travis Kelce, but that's just my opinion on it.
I like Kittle more than Kelce, but
is he the top rated tight end on here? Kittle, I think 7.
Yeah, Kelce's at 18.
18.
Is there anybody over Ertz besides those two?
I don't think so. I don't even think Darrell Waller made it over him. I don't even think Darrell Waller even made the list.
Darren Waller, he didn't make the list.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I've seen anybody else get above it.
That's insane.
I think what makes us on the list is the fact that he has Tyreek Hill and Mecole Hardman and DeMarcus Robertson, however you say his name. And I think what helped Kittle is the fact that he didn't necessarily have a dominant receiver on the outside of him, so he was technically their number one receiver, so to say, until they traded for Emmanuel Sanders in the middle of the season. So I think that kind of helped Kittle's case a little bit. But I think what's hurting Kelce is the fact that he has so many weapons around him that he's pretty much facing one-on-one coverage every game. You can't double Kelce, because if you double him, Tyreek Hill is going to fly downfield. You got Mecole Hardman that runs a 4.3 40. You can't really double Kelce. So I think that kind of is hurting Kelce's case a little bit, the fact that he has so many weapons around him.
Kittle is a better run blocker, and he's a better yards after catch tight end. So, I mean, they're in that. I mean, just lies to me that Kittle, and not to mention, I know Kittle's not getting himself thrown out of a game because of his temper tantrum. I mean, Kelce's gotten himself thrown out of a couple. So, I mean, for those 3 reasons, that's why I'd rather have Kittle.
Hey, hold up. I hear what you guys are saying. I'm sorry, this dude Mario's back at it again. Hold up, let me read this comment.
Mario going off.
Shout out to my guy VD Pate. Says, yo, it's not just about the better numbers with Wentz. It's the fact he did it with receivers that were hurt, hobbled, no separation, and throwing balls in tight windows. Yeah, they say Carson Wentz can't throw a ball in a tight window. Back in 2017, he was the best tight window percentage guy in the league. It's crazy. It's crazy. And Mario, look, these are the type of comments like, I'm guessing he's a Cowboys fan. Just by saying this. We haven't seen Wentz in any pressure situation. Last year's wild card game against Seattle was it, and he lost.
He got I'm not even going to say it. I mean, you guys will say it. I don't even have to rip into this guy. I know.
I don't know what else to say besides, did you watch any game from Miami to the end of the season? No pressure?
You
no
also
pressure.
not forget that week 16, I'm sorry, Jay, to bring this up.
Everything was on the line for that game. No pressure.
No pressure situation. I don't know what is. You're playing the game that's going to determine if you make the playoffs, and with no wide receivers, no preparation. You have to do it all by yourself. They win that game, and yeah, they lost because he got hurt at the beginning of the game. What do you mean? I mean,
the Eagles win that game if Carson's there. I'm just going to put that out. Eagles, Josh McCown almost won us the game. What Carson would have won because, yeah, Miles Sanders should have caught that ball at the end of the game. I understand that, but it would have been a better ball if Carson would have thrown it to him. And I don't even think we're in that situation if Carson is in the entire game. It was a cheap shot. And if anybody agrees that it wasn't, or if anybody disagrees with me on that, then you clearly just do not watch football. You do not aim for someone on a diving play where you clearly knew what you were doing and the play was already over.
Yeah, I'm convinced that hit was set up. I don't care what y'all say. I mean, that hit was complete dirty. Hey, Jadeveon Clowney was not aiming nowhere else but, to try to knock him out or take him out the game, in my opinion. But, hey, it's a bang-bang play. It happened. But don't get it twisted, gang. Yes, Josh McCown, we actually had a chance, gang. Like, we almost won that game with Josh McCown potentially. So y'all could just imagine if Carson would have, stayed upright in that game, hey, ain't no telling, we might have been working on our second Super Bowl, baby. I'm just saying, with the practice squad. I'm just saying. But y'all know, hey, we ain't get all that. Jadeveon Clowney cut all that short. But again, any quarterback that would have kind of took that hit would have got hit like that. I really don't know what my guys talking about. Carson doesn't face any pressure situations. Every year or every time this man steps on the field is a pressure situation. I'm going to tell you right now, his biggest thing, we already know, he's got to put us in a position to make a Super Bowl run. So there is no more pressure than stepping on the field every game, knowing that, hey, I got to go ahead and put this team on my back with these Wawa employees, and try to bring us somewhere. So, hey, every situation Carson Wentz steps in is a pressure situation. And I'm telling y'all, this year, Carson's about to put this whole league on notice. All this disrespect. Oh, yeah, he listening to what you're talking about, Mario. So please believe he's circling this on his calendar because he's coming with it.
Yeah. Well put.
Everybody hates the Eagles. And let's be real here. If Carson, when he performs bad, Eagles fans let him know about that. Is it not true? I mean, I sit in the same section for every game that I've gone to. There's a dude that sits 2 rows behind me that yells the entire game at Carson Wentz for doing nothing wrong. Like, it's mind-blowing.
Carson's been in a pressure situation since he entered the league. Carson's been in a pressure situation playing in the city of Philadelphia since Nick Foles won the Super Bowl. It's as simple as that. I mean, it's crazy that you can back up a point with that argument. But anyway, Lord Dagger says, with Goodwin not playing this year, Jeffrey not coming back, get ready for John Hightower. Have a good feeling about him like I had about A.J. Brown. I'm excited to see these young guys step up, man, for sure. Let's see.
Yes.
He puts up these numbers with not even top receivers, but did you know the Eagles receivers had the least separation than any other team? He put up 27 TDs with only 7 picks, put respect on the name. And yeah, there were literally film breakdowns on television of guys running the wrong routes. They weren't even running routes the right way. Like, it's crazy, man, what this guy had to go through and put the team on his back. And it's crazy, man.
No other quarterback could have just, unless your name is, and hey, I brought that up also, I understand Patrick Mahomes has some talent, but he's got a cast around him also. So, unless you're like somebody like Russell Wilson, we know, hey, Russell Wilson, he was thrown out there, to some patchwork too. I'm going to tell you right now, Tyler Lockett, he ain't like the best talent in the world or nothing like that, but Russell Wilson's thrown out there to, some practice squad players, let's go and put it out there. I mean, yeah, they got some talent, but he's making these people look good. and Carson Wentz does the same thing. There's only certain quarterbacks that have that kind of elite talent where, they automatically make the team around them better, and hey, Carson, he does that.
Crazy, man. Oh, man. I mean, this is some of the people are coming crazy in this chat right now. Shout out to all 35 of you guys up in here. Hit the like button. Subscribe to everyone's channels. Link in the description. I'm having a lot of fun with this. Manny Montoto. I guess I wanted to get into this damn quarterback list, but like the delusion just keeps me going. You know what I mean? So we'll get into that next. We'll answer this. And I want to hear from you, J-Rick. I want you to stick your chest out and let me know. Since a lot of players are opting out, who's going to win the NFC East? Let me know.
That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. And I ain't going to say a no-brainer, but of course it's going to come down to Philadelphia and Dallas for sure. Like you said, RB, like you always say, I think it's going to be down to the Week 16 matchup for sure. Again, I honestly think it could come down to that. But I honestly do see both teams making the playoffs with that extra team getting in, with them adding an extra team in the playoffs. So I see both teams getting. I actually see both teams winning double-digit games. But I think that Week 16 game is going to be very pivotal for sure. Again, I think it's going to be a big one. Hopefully, CeeDee Lamb can make a difference for us for sure. But we'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see.
I guess I can go and take this one next. So what? Who's going to win the NFC East? Is that the question we on? So look, y'all already know. Hey, check this. Let's go check this belt. Hey, y'all already know who won in the East. Look, fellas, I just think it's, only fair to say the Eagles just because we got the most consistent team, gang. I mean, look, all the other teams in the division, they got to go through some new changes, new, coaching movements and a lot of this stuff, just because we got a short season, no training camp, no preseason or no preseason games. A lot of these things is going to come into play this year. So I just think the Eagles got the biggest advantage. I do understand the Cowboys may be our toughest opponent potentially in our division, but I'm not even going that far, gang. I'm even going to go ahead and say that the Giants might come in second in the division. Big salute.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles. I mean, there might be a little bias on that. Let's be real here. We're all Eagles. Well, 3 of us are Eagles fans here, but I do definitely think that both teams make the playoffs.
Jay and I are outnumbered.
Like they just seem like they both would. They're both talented enough, and also the Bucks and the Saints. They probably will make it. I would think. I don't know maybe about the Bucks, but the Saints are going to make it. There's a bunch of teams that you look around, but then you look at the Eagles and the Cowboys. They're both fighting for that division. Can you say that about the NFC North? I don't know. I mean, it looks like the Packers last year were pretty dominant in that division. The Vikings made it, but it wasn't really close if you really had to look at it. I think the Cowboys and the Eagles both make it, but I'm thinking Eagles win the division.
Yeah, and this is coming from not the only non-biased guy in here right now. I think that it all depends for me on if the Eagles stay healthy, right? I think ultimately that's the biggest question, and that's it. I think that's the only determinant because I think that on paper, this Eagles team all around is a little bit more talented and a little bit more solidified in their core of what they're trying to run than Dallas is right now because Dallas, you have a new head coach, you're getting a couple of new pieces, and you traded away your safety and a couple other guys, and there's just a little bit more uncertainty with Dallas right now. Not saying that I don't think Dallas can't make the playoffs because they obviously have the roster to do so, but I think as long as the Eagles stay relatively healthy and they don't have the issues they had last season, then I firmly believe that the Eagles will win the division because I think they can actually get 11 wins this year because of just the top end talent that they have at every spot, especially on that defensive line and in that secondary. So I'm going with the Eagles. I think it'll be tight, but I'm going with the Eagles here.
Yeah. Much respect to everyone. Like I've been saying, like J-Rick said, I do think it's going to come down to Week 16, but I'm telling you, I think the Eagles have the edge. Like you just said, we're the only team in the division without a new coach, without a new system. Believe it or not, philosophy means a lot. Now, we don't know who else is going to opt out, what else is going to happen, who's going to go down with injury, like you said. That's really what everything's contingent upon. But right now, I'm giving an edge to the Eagles. I am just giving the whole system thing. I know Dougie P is going to get our boys ready to play in a crucial game. Is Mike McCarthy? I don't know. It remains to be seen. It'll be a good rivalry, though. I'm hyped.
Hey, I'll tell you this. He definitely going to put him in a better shot than Coach.
Coach Clapp.
Hey, but he's with the Giants now. Hey, you just picked the Giants.
True that.
Hey, shout out to Desert Eagle 90. My guy says nothing but a popularity contest. Guarantee you at least 80% of those listed haven't even contribute to winning a playoff game. Damn right they haven't. Damn right. Let's see. Drew says Josh McCown was even hurt too. Everybody got hurt. I was hurt from my damn couch watching the Eagles play. I mean, it's crazy. The amount of injuries that the Eagles sustain. I'm telling you, they don't get hurt the last couple of years. They win 4 straight divisions, in my opinion. I mean, look at who we were playing with, and we still made the playoffs. Come on.
Hey, shout out to the new medical squad, though. We got a new medical staff, so hopefully that's going to pay some dividends this year because, yes, I mean, that's something we face every year. I don't know why it's a consistent theme, but injury is our consistent theme. So, I'm hoping with this, this new medical staff change, hey, we got to see some kind of returns on those dividends too. I'm just saying.
Yep. You sound crazy talking about maybe winning a Super Bowl with practice squad. Hey, he's just messing around, man. I love that.
Yeah, you already know it. Hey, look, all I'm saying is starts with getting to the dance, okay? And if Carson Wentz could have stayed in that game, ain't no telling what could have happened. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, it more than likely, I don't think we could have did anything against them Chiefs with no practice squad. We probably would have got shut down somewhere along those lines. But again, anything is possible when you got Carson Wentz healthy at the helm.
Hold up, because these comments are coming crazy. Shout out to this guy. Says even Michael Thomas had more receiving yards than the Eagles receiving corps. He should get Carson should get respect. I mean, come on now. Come on. Remember earlier in the season when Nelson and JJ dropped passes, blamed it on Carson's leadership. Yeah. Then riddle me this. Isn't that a good leader? So how come no one questions his leadership now that his receivers have the most drops this year? So what are you talking about? Carson's leadership, or are you talking about Dak here?
Then riddle me this. Isn't Dak a good leader? So why now? No one questions his leadership.
Hold up. He said when Wentz receivers drop passes, he's a bad leader. But if Dak's receivers drop passes, then it's a receiver. Look, I agree with you, and thank you. Thank you for exposing Cowboys fans. J-Rick, here's my problem with the Cowboys fans. Listen, in Week 16, that matchup, they will swear by everything that Dak's shoulder was hurt, that it was Jason Garrett's fault, that it was Jones' fault. You know what's funny? Dak Prescott had a heck of a game against the Redskins the following week when it didn't matter, right? And it's funny how they come at Carson Wentz about the whole injury thing. But in the biggest game of the matchups between their careers, Dak was hurt now. That's why he didn't win. He had Zeke. He had Amari Cooper. He suited up and played the game for crying out loud. And Carson, who was he playing with? I mean, you can answer that yourself, but that's my problem. It's a double standard, and that's what pisses me off about Cowboys fans. Just say it. You suited up. You lost. It's a simple fact.
For sure.
There's some comments in this that are
I'm seeing them all. Mario here says, I'm a cheesehead, by the way. No Cowboys here. So you're an You're
a freaking Green Bay fan.
How do you feel,
Okay.
You were just talking about quarterbacks. How do you feel that you drafted a quarterback?
Jordan Love?
Yeah, your quarterback was 13-3, went to the NFC Championship, and he's going to be out of there in a year. How do you feel about your organization? Let me know, Mario.
Hey, y'all done messed up.
I'm coming at everybody right now.
He's talking about choking. He's a Packers fan. They never win. They literally never win. They lose in the NFC Championship
against the same team twice in the same year. They choked up on the same team twice.
Jeff says Cowboys going to make the playoffs due to the extra wild card spots. Yeah, they are adding another team. That is true. I agree with that.
I feel like that could.
Hawk215 says, I don't trust Wentz.
No,
I have a bad feeling about Wentz.
comment
he-
before.
Talking about like when we talking about health, or we talking about ability? Because health
you
you have an
gotta define
understanding, but you ain't got health. You have an understanding, but when you talk about talent, I don't necessarily think you got a point there.
No, he said earlier at 8:54. He said Foles is better than Wentz. Everyone keeps saying practice squad. Wentz had 2 best tight ends in the NFL. Miles Sanders got hot and a good line and good coaching. Foles is better. Bring Foles back, Howie. That's what he said. And that's the comment that I was like I was sitting there. I was like, how can you actually say that and be serious? Anybody that says Nick Foles is better than Carson Wentz does not know football.
Yeah.
There is no Super Bowl Foles without Carson Wentz. Yes. Nick Foles. Yes, he did something that nobody else in the city has ever done. But Carson was the MVP. I don't care what anybody says. He was the MVP. Without Carson, Nick Foles doesn't win 7 games that season. If Nick Foles starts that season, he doesn't win 7 games. We don't make the playoffs, and the Cowboys do. They win the division, but instead, you had a guy go 12-1, the solidified MVP, probably the unanimous MVP if he stays in, and he gets hurt. And of course, they're going to disrespect somebody that gets injured. Not like, he didn't dominate the league, beat up on the Rams, throw a touchdown with a torn ACL, beat every team that he said he was going to lose to.
Crazy.
But, that's Philadelphia for you, and we'll take that all day. Because as Jason Kelsey once said, hungry dogs run faster. I'll take whatever team I got. If I have Carson Wentz as my quarterback, anything is possible.
Yep. Just an update here. McCaffrey at 6, apparently. So Christian McCaffrey's at number 6, and I guess we're waiting on the top 5 here.
Michael Thomas just made number 5. That's crazy.
Who was it?
Michael Thomas made 5. Yeah.
That's crazy. He should have been higher than that. So which means Aaron Donald was top 4. It's crazy.
What? Who's left? Wilson, Mahomes, Jackson,
Patty,
Donald?
Yep. Yeah. I think Lamar gonna probably fall in at like number 2. They're gonna give Patty number 1. They better.
They have to.
Donald will be 3. I guarantee you they rank him over Wilson.
They're gonna give Lamar the number 2. I don't even think was Lamar ranked last year. Did he? I've read somewhere he was going to be going from like possibly like either not being ranked or ranked really low to this year. This man is like ranked top 2. You know what I'm saying? They was considering number 1. Of course, he ain't getting it because Patty getting it. But at the same time, hey, Lamar to go. I think he wasn't ranked last year. I got to go double check that. But from not to get ranked to all the way to number 2, that's a big jump.
Hey, hold up, because the troll himself, JJ Troll, up in the chat says Wentz is number 1 on my list. Injury list. Shoulda, woulda. This guy's always up in here hating, man, and he knows he's getting exposed. Don't point to that star, J. Rick. I mean, this guy makes your fan base look bad.
I wasn't.
All right, good. I mean, he makes your fan base look bad. And for the I don't even know how many times it's been now, but I got to grill Mario once more. It says, what about when the Redskins were 6-3 before Alex Smith went down? Injuries happen. Next up, man. First off, Washington is irrelevant. Second off, you just proved our point. You just proved our point. Next man up. That is what the Eagles have preached, and they won the damn division. So what is your point, Mario?
Yeah, and did the Redskins even compete after that point? Didn't they lose like almost every game after that? I mean, it goes to show you that Alex Smith was their guy, and they didn't have somebody to step up and be that guy.
This was like 3 years ago. This was like 2 years ago, I think, that he's talking about. Like,
yeah.
Why are you making points for the Redskins? Like, come on now.
They were irrelevant after that. By the way, though, Alex Smith actually is cleared now to come back if he chooses to. Whether or not he actually does play anymore, that's irrelevant. I really hope that he does. But, I mean, I'm super glad that dude is okay because he was so close to losing that leg.
That injury was bad, fellas. I mean,
yeah.
Like, I think, didn't they put out they had a little docuseries, a little documentary about, kind of him going through his recovery road. And, man, I'm going to tell y'all what, I know he had to go through several of them surgeries just to get that leg back right. So,
it was bad.
It was all bad.
Hey, shout out to VD. Says, isn't having a bad shoulder and not performing against division rivals called being injured? So wasn't Dak injured? So Wentz pretty much stayed healthier this season than Dak. Logic, boom. Hey, don't break it down like that for Cowboys fans. They're not gonna know what hit them upside the head. They're gonna run out of arguments. And it's Jason Garrett's fault. The past 10 years is Jason Garrett's fault. Come on now. Come on. Thank you, VD. Thank you. Carson was playing with, quote, practice squad wide receivers. No, he was actually playing with practice squad wide receivers versus horrible secondaries. You want us to give him credit for beating the Skins twice, Giants twice, and a hurt Dallas team. There it is, JJ. You wanted to put that one leg. Like I wouldn't notice it, JJ troll. Come on now. You had Zeke. You had Amari. Come on. JJ, stop. You're making yourselves look bad. You're making yourself look bad. Stop it. Stop.
I remember a guy by the name of Sidney Jones blocking that ball. And I also remember Amari Cooper dropping how many balls that game?
And I remember a guy named Deontay Burnett catching passes. Come on now. Come on.
I remember that point. First down, baby.
Hey, I remember a guy taking himself out the game saying, Coach, y'all can leave me out.
Yup.
I'm done. I'm done. Nobody on the Eagles is going to do that.
Oh, my God. These comments are great. I mean, it's just great. And I'm sorry, J-Rick. Like, I don't want you to have to represent the delusional fan base. Like, you deserve to be rocking midnight green. I'm telling you.
This is becoming a campaign to get this man into a different team.
This is crazy. I mean, consider it. Hey, I mean, we'll give you a contract, unlike your owner. You know, I mean, let me not hit that one. Let me not hit that one.
Man said, free that.
Hey, actually, you know what? Go ahead and tell us what your feelings are about that. Let everyone in the chat know, because I know we've been talking about it, but I want you to give your opinion so that people can see an actual opinion of what a Cowboys fan should think about their owners.
I think the reason why Jerry didn't give him a deal just because I think Jerry still wants Dak to prove himself a little bit more. Like you said, against big games, he was 1-5 against playoff teams. He, like I say, even just for example, the game against New Orleans, there's no reason you should lose to a team that didn't even score a touchdown. Like, that's unacceptable. So I think Jerry's still on the fence about that. People don't want to say it, but I think that's what it is. Like, for example, you can even look at the players. Like, they had Zeke 24 and had Dak 49. That just shows you who players know who's the engine of that team. So if Zeke has a bad game, we don't win. Like, that's just fact. So I think this is a make or break year for Dak, and I think Dak is honestly hurting himself because let's just, God forbid, he has an injury. Dak can never probably be a starter again in the NFL just because he has the platter set up for him, especially now with the addition of CeeDee Lamb. You know, obviously with Coop and Gallup, like, Dak has the richest. So, I mean, he has to really prove himself to get that contract that he asked for. Granted, they're talking about the year was the reason they didn't get the deal done, but there's more to it than just 1 year them not getting the deal done.
Eagle season. I saw that comment. Yes, I do. I do remember that, and I remind every Cowboys fan that about that. So thank you for reminding me of that. And also, can we just say that? Can we stop with the takes that Dak Prescott is a victim in all this? The man's about to get paid $31.5 million next year off a franchise tag. People just seem to forget he was on a rookie deal. It's no wonder he's not getting paid. He's on a freaking rookie deal. So you change it up. And I'm sorry, the numbers are there, but statistically, when you look at the important games, Dak Prescott has dropped off. So, and Jerry Jones has always said, we're trying to get him for 32 million. That put him in the top, I think they said it was top 7 quarterbacks in the NFL. That's not, and then people go on national media saying that the national media is saying, oh, that's a shame, and that's shameful of Jerry Jones to even attempt to try and rob Dak Prescott of that. Like, that's $32 million a year.
Cut it out.
How is that highway robbery? That's a lot of money. You act like as if that's like the bottom of the edge when it comes to quarterback contracts. It's not. Stop with the victimhood, Dak Prescott. You're not a victim in this.
Yo, Pat Mahomes is number 4 on the list.
Nuh-uh.
What?
You lying. You lying.
Pat Mahomes is number 4 on the list right now. They're showing it right now. He's number 4.
No way.
It's crazy.
No.
So that's crazy. They might give Lamar number 1, gang.
Or
Like,
what if Aaron Donald has still not even been announced yet?
they better not put no Aaron Donald at number
Aaron
one.
Donald it again.
Yeah,
They gonna give Lamar Jackson the number one. I guarantee.
Lamar will get number one.
Same guy
Sure.
that got shut down by the Tennessee Titans, but
They ran a Madden play on that man. Engage 8. So it's to stop him.
engage 8. That's it. Literally, just drop
Oh,
3 guys
man.
in zone, bring 8 people. That's it.
What I'll say is, like, even with all the delusion in the list, I didn't expect Pat Mahomes to not be number one. I think that's crazy. To
At least top 3.
yeah, that's crazy.
The big top 3. Like what the?
I mean, the
heck?
dude just got almost $500 million. I mean, come on now.
He did get $500 million over that action.
Hey, maybe they're understanding for this one. Now they're trying to say that, okay, probably they putting in perspective that Patty has some talent out there. He's got Tyreek Hill, he's got Travis Kelce. So they better not be slighting him. But that's probably what they did. He deserves the number one spot. Exactly. He got that Super Bowl.
That man threw for 5,300 yards and threw for 52 touchdowns. There is that's statistically one of the greatest seasons we've ever seen. I mean, that's up there with Peyton Manning as some of the greatest stats ever in a season. How are you not number one after that? I mean, this man's been putting on a tear for the last 2 years.
That's
bad. That's
garbage.
As if this list couldn't be more garbage. You just added a piece of just a banana peel on the top of it. That's your cherry on the top of this garbage pile.
Hey,
But I wonder if they counted in the 4 games that he missed with that broken kneecap. That had anything to do with it, but I still think he should have been top 3.
That's
sure.
right.
That's
right.
Yeah, that's true. To JJ's point right here, I would just say that, I mean, football is a team game, so you also have to take into account what the guys, have around them. You can't just compare them individually. It's just a bad take right there. Born 5, this is one of the best streams ever. Appreciate it, my guy. Shout out to all 41 of you guys up in here. We're still rocking, man. Shout out to everyone up in here. Shout out to my guys for coming up on here. And we're just going to keep the discussing, but at this time, this is what I wanted to get to like an hour ago, but the delusion just kept striking down. I want everyone to go around and give me their top 5 quarterbacks. And J-Rig, just for you, just a little, icing on the top. If Dak's not in your top 5, let me know where Dak should be and Carson Wentz.
Well, I'll say my list, but I won't. This is no order.
Oh, no. You're not getting off that easy. You got to give us some order.
Yeah, you got to be in order, man. We got to know. All right. We got to know.
All right. So I'll go Mahomes 1. This might surprise a lot of people. I actually go Deshaun Watson over Russell Wilson. I'll go Deshaun.
Number 2.
Philly and I had the same smile there, too. We did.
Yeah.
I'll go top 5.
Right. I'll go Deshaun 2.
Okay.
I'll go Russell.
Okay.
And this is strictly off of last season. I'll go Wentz and then Dak.
So Lamar Jackson's off your top 5 then.
Right, because I feel like Lamar is more of a playmaker than a quarterback. Yeah, right now. I'll say right now. He's more of a playmaker than a quarterback right now.
Okay.
Wait, so what's your top 5? Say it one more time.
So I'll go Mahomes, Deshaun, Russell, Wentz, and then Dak.
Okay. You want me to kick this one off next, fellas? Y'all want me to
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, so check this out. All right, I got my top 5. I'm definitely going to have to go, of course, put Eddie up there at number 1. Definitely number 2, I'm going to go ahead and say Russell Wilson. Number 3, my guy, Carson Wentz, coming in at number 3. I would definitely say So my number 4, I've got Aaron Rodgers at my number 4. Okay.
You made Mario Chalmers very, very happy.
Hey, I'm still gonna say, man, he's got the talent. And then number 5, I got Lamar up in there. So that's my top 5 right there, man. I got Lamar at number 5.
All right.
Mahomes is number 1. I mean, that list is a crime. Like, that list is trash. He's number 1. Wilson's number 2. Like, we're talking skill. I'm not talking stats. Carson is the 3rd most skilled player in the NFL. at the quarterback position. That's what I think. I mean, nobody's making throws like him, Wilson, and Mahomes. And what does a quarterback have to do? Throw the ball. That's why Lamar Jackson's not over Carson, or even like quarterback-wise, he's not even over Dak. And I don't even like Dak, but I really don't like Lamar. Like he might be. I might hate him more than Dak, honestly. My friends are Ravens. my friends are Ravens fans. They are always
Facts.
but probably Brees, Rodgers. They're like 4A, 4B, and then I like Watson at 5. But then I got like Dak at 6, 7. But I don't know. Like I'm trying to think. Like I don't know why I'm putting Watson on this list. Like to me, I don't think Watson should be on this list. So you guys go, and then I'm a rethink my list. But the top 3 is solidified. It's Mahomes, Wilson,
I know.
and Wentz.
RB had a laugh at me last time with my list because of where I think I put Watson. I don't remember, but
I don't get Watson love. I don't get it.
I look, okay. You don't play him twice a year. I do. I get it. But look, Philly fans right. Mahomes number 1 has to be solidified. Russell Wilson number 2 for me. And I'm basically adding this list off who I'd want to lead my team over the next several years, basically. Your franchise guy. Yeah, Pat, Russell, and then yeah, I mean, if I didn't have to worry about injuries, if I didn't have to worry about injuries at all, I'm going Carson. I'm going Carson here if I don't have to worry about injury. 4 for me is probably Watson. I know RB don't like that idea, but I like Watson. I think he's a very good quarterback. And then number 5, I'm going with Lamar. I'm going with Lamar here at number 5. I think that's what it is. So Mahomes number 1, Wilson number 2, Wentz at number 3, Watson at number 4, and then Jackson at number 5.
Hey man, let me just put it like this. Mahomes is obviously number 1. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Russell Wilson, given how long he's done it, given the lack of weapons, and he's just amazing. He's number 2 on my list. Number 3, even though he's underperformed in the playoffs last couple years, even though I know he has a lot of guys around him, I'm gonna go Drew Brees. I just trust Drew Brees, and I think he's done it for a long time. I'll go Carson Wentz at number 4, and number 5, I'll go Lamar Jackson. I just, given the year that he had. But A-Rod, that like 3 or 4 to 7 range is tricky because Watson is in my top 7. Don't get it twisted. I like Deshaun Watson. I loved him coming out of Clemson. But
you just don't want him in the top 5, though.
The dude
Watson's my number 6. I feel that, man. He right there.
He has had DeAndre Hopkins. Let's stop it. He has not been able to get past the first round, I think. Won one playoff game or something. I think he's won. Yeah, did he win the one playoff game where they beat Buffalo last season? It's not the first time that's not the first time they've made the playoffs, but they've ended up losing to the Colts in the playoffs over the last couple years. So, and that playoff game that you just referenced, they were literally trying to lose the game. I remember watching that. Each team was playing terrible. But him, Rodgers, those are like my 6 to 8 range. I think Dak's around 9. I would put Dak around 9. But I like it. A lot of people are throwing their lists up in the comment section. First off, this is a great comment. My guy's been coming with the heat all night. Says they blame coaching for the Cowboys going 8-8. Carson had Mike Groh, who was fired, and we had Corey Unlin. That's exactly right. And that's what I was telling one guy earlier, but they don't want to acknowledge that.
I love that comparison. Flexed up like a virgin giving it up on prom night. I love that. That's such a great analogy.
Oh, man. Let's see.
Top 100 popularity.
If this man put Dak in the top 5, I'm off this stream. Nah, nobody has.
Mario, you know you ain't leaving.
Right. You've been here.
Even though he says later in the chat that, he said he's saying goodnight. So I guess he really is off.
Warren 5 says Mahomes, Russ, Brees, Carson, Watson. I'm not mad at that list.
Ain't that the RB order right there? Is that what you got, my guy?
That's me, except I got Lamar at 5 and Watson.
Lamar at 5. Okay, that's right.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Russell, Wilson, Mahomes. So Russ won, Mahomes, Wentz, Rodgers, and Brees. Not mad at it. Mahomes, Wilson, Brees, Lamar, Wentz. Lamar above Wentz. I don't know about that. I don't know.
He runs that ball too much for me.
Yep. Good night, fellas. Nice chatting with you guys. Have a good night, Mario. Let's see. Wilson. So another Wilson first. Mahomes, Wentz, Watson, and Rodgers. Watson top 4. Crazy.
I had him at top 4, so
I can't do it yet. I got to see him play without DeAndre Hopkins, and I'll let you know.
I mean, that O-line is so trash. I feel bad for him this year. He going to have no running backs. They got rid of Carlos Hyde. He going to have no wide receivers that can stay healthy. That offensive line's trash. Deshaun need to get a trade up out of there. That's what he need to do. He need to get out of there. He's real.
The best GM in the league, Bill O'Brien. Come on.
They about to get him killed. They literally about to get him killed. He going to have a career like Andrew Luck.
Oh,
for real, though.
Didn't they get they got rid of their running back last year, right? What was it, Hyde or something like that?
Yeah, Carlos Hyde. Yep.
Yeah,
Carlos Hyde. They got rid of him, and they got David Johnson now. Old David Johnson at this point.
Yeah, their problem is their GM over there. He over there, he
their GM is their head coach.
He messing up the whole organization.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing that they got? Isn't it amazing that the third best safety in all football got 2 first-rounders and a third-rounder out of it? But yet they couldn't even get 1 first-rounder out of Hopkins. Not one. You probably could have just traded him for a first-rounder, 1 first-rounder. And then everyone said, oh, okay, great trade. They got something out of him. They're going to get to be able to replace him at least. But
oh, no. Oh,
terrible. Oh, no is right.
Hold up.
What?
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I gotta skip down to this one comment. I'm gonna get to everyone's list. Don't worry. Keep my spot where we at. 9:17 p.m. Shout out to Brokey for shouting this out, man. Hold up. Where's this comment at? Y'all are coming crazy. What do y'all think of that?
Bro, you need to hop off the stream. You need to stick with your title and stick to gaming, bro.
This must be a Titans fan. It's a Titans fan.
For real though. You had me up until 4. You were perfectly fine. Even Lamar at 5 is okay, but number 4, at least spell the man's name right.
Tannehill. Oh man, I just had to jump to that one.
I'm confused with Tannehill because it's like, okay, Tannehill had this epic year in a pan this year, right? Like, I mean, yeah, he did good. His coaching played a good part in that, and of course, Derrick Henry, handing the ball off, but. Everybody acts like we forget that he didn't come from Miami before he came over here and was playing like garbage and had to get ushered out of Miami before he came to Tennessee. So, hey, y'all drink this Tannehill Kool-Aid if y'all want to. I ain't buying it.
I'll say this. As somebody that has to play this guy now, I understand. Tannehill's a solid quarterback, okay? He's not great. He's not bad. He's just solid. I'd say he's about average. That's pretty much what he is. I mean, throughout the season, he put up average numbers. He actually put above average numbers in the regular season when he came in. But the issue that we kept saying is the fact that in the playoffs, he came up short. He came up short several times. He was not a factor. He played the Peyton Manning card in the playoffs last year where it's like, I'm just going to not turn the ball over. If I can just not turn the ball over, let Derrick Henry do the rest of the work, and the defense does their job, then we do enough to where we win. But Tannehill's a solid quarterback. I get it. And look, he's better than Mariota. There's no question about it. So they made the right decision to get rid of Mariota. I get it. But, I mean, again, like Philly fans said, they gave too much money for him. And, I mean, he's a good quarterback, but he's not going to bring you to the promised land. I think he's just not that kind of guy.
He stinks. He's terrible. I mean, come on now. He had a good year, rebounded. They weren't expecting it. Like Notion said, he came from Miami. He stunk. He was terrible. That
recycled garbage.
That roster was crap, though. He didn't have much to go with, and he had Adam Gase there. And we see what the situation's going on in the Jets right now. That offense ain't worth a damn either.
Hey,
so I mean,
he ain't it.
Shout out to him, but hey, I don't think he's gonna be able to keep it up, man. Just my opinion.
I think he's gonna drop off a little bit this year. I mean, people are gonna have game film on him, so
a lot of it, man.
Aaron Donald's number 3.
Aaron Donald was number 3.
Aaron Donald number 3. Then who's left on the? It's Michael Thomas, and then there's
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson and Michael Thomas. Hey!
Lamar's getting number 1.
Who's number 1 for Lamar? Who's saying Lamar?
So Lamar's going to be 1, and then it'll be Russell.
It's Wilson.
Yeah,
Wilson.
Russell probably get 2.
That's so. How did Wilson make it above Mahomes? Come on, man. That's garbage. The man has a Super Bowl. He should have won MVP. I don't care that Lamar can run the football and spin around a couple bangles. I don't care about that. Mahomes is throwing the football down the field. Look, it's about the equivalence of each other. If Mahomes can throw the ball 70 yards down the field to fast receivers, Lamar Jackson can spin around a bunch of people that shouldn't even be in the NFL. Come on, man.
So what's the top 5?
Garbage.
What was the top 5 for right now? What's going on with it?
It's Mike Thomas, Mahomes, Aaron Donald. That's 4, 5, and 3, or 5, 4, and 3.
So you got Russell and Lamar next, and
crazy.
They probably gonna give Russell number 2.
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
Why would you put Russell above him? I don't understand why Pat Mahomes is below them. I don't get it. I really don't.
If Wilson's number 1, they respect him. Every player in the NFL respects Russell Wilson. Don't be surprised. I'm not surprised if he's number 1.
Crazy.
I just don't understand Aaron Donald being above him. Did he have like an extra 10 sacks on the year that I missed? I mean, I don't get it, but it's whatever. My brain cells are gonna die from trying to think about it, so I'll just forget it.
Crazy. Hey, let's go, Birds. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you being up in here. Brody, what's going on, man? Let's read some more of these lists. Top 5 quarterbacks. Drop it in the comments. Mahomes, Wilson, Brady, Jackson, and Brees. If we're ranking based on skill, Mahomes, Jackson, Wilson, Watson, and Brady. Woo!
Woo! Bro, your list was fine up until you decided to put Brady. What in the?
Hey, that must be prime Brady. That's Brady. This ain't getting carried by the defense, Brady. That ain't who that is.
Man. Chris says Wentz is no way in top 5 with his not so accurate throws. Come on, man. Come on. Look who he's throwing to. They're running not sharp routes. Come on, man. Come on, Chris.
Not so accurate throws. You're okay. Okay. Then all right.
Carson Wentz is throwing dimes out there.
Yeah, don't give yourself an aneurysm trying to.
I say it every quarterback making that.
Hey, links in the description, man. Links in the description. I'm loving the energy up on this chat right now, man.
So let's go, Birds.
Let's see.
Man,
I'm trying to weed out.
They didn't give Patty the number 1. Like
they gave him number 4.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, this list is straight garbage.
Why you got to do me like that, bro? Don't. I ain't hating on Brees, okay? Brees is my number 6. I love Drew Brees. But yeah, y'all got the better of us. Believe me, I get reminded. I have a friend who lives in Germany that's a Saints fan. Believe me, I know. I get reminded all the time. I don't need you reminding me.
Brody says Mahomes, Wilson, Lamar, Rodgers, Brees, Carson, Watson, Dak, Stafford, and Kirk.
Not a terrible list. I'll put Carson a little bit higher, but I mean, maybe Watson a little bit higher, but I understand the list. I understand where he's putting all these people from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even knock him on Kirk.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I don't I think Matt Stafford in a better situation would ball out too. I think he's been highly disrespected in Detroit.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, definitely. I just don't think, of course, like you said, Stafford, I just don't think he was put in the best, just situation to have everything he needs out there. But Stafford he got a skill set.
He balls out every year.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wilson does so much with so little. Wentz number 2. You give him Andy Reid and that offense, and he's on par with Mahomes, but has been through so much adversity. And number 3, Mahomes, I want to see him carry a team. Interesting.
Carry a team. Look, you can't fault the guy for not being put into a situation that was good for him. He has Andy Reid. I mean, you can't fault Pat Mahomes for that. Pat Mahomes has what he has, and he's taken full advantage of it.
So real quick, I did want to ask on that, before Mahomes got there, right? So who was leading the way? I think he was sitting behind. Wasn't it Alex Smith? Am I right on that?
Yeah, he was sitting behind Alex Smith that first year. Alex Smith.
And what did Alex Smith have the Chiefs at? I think he had him sitting, all right.
They were 10-6.
They were playoffs. Didn't they make the playoffs?
Yeah, they made the playoffs that year. They were good. I mean, they weren't as dynamic as they were now, but they were still good. They were still beating teams.
Yeah, no, Mahomes just takes it to that next level. Ryan handing the ball off highlights.
Let's see. Mahomes, Wilson, Drew Brees, Deshaun Watson, Lamar, Aaron Rodgers, Carson Wentz.
Oh, man.
Nah, Wentz above Aaron Rodgers. Easy. I like Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers isn't.
They got Aaron Donald at 3.
Yeah, it's still the Russell Wilson and Lamar at this point. I ain't seen nothing yet though.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking it's gonna be Lamar at the number 1. I gotta go look that up. I gotta see if he made the list last year, because I think that's gonna be like the biggest jump. How you go from not being on the list to being number 1 this year? I don't even know. Was he
Quentin Nelson wasn't even on the top 100 last year, and look where he at now. He on 29.
I mean, that's what Wentz was. He was not on it, and then he went all the way up to 3, and then he went to 96, and now he's not even there.
Hey, look, Quentin Nelson, obviously, unbelievable talent. But to have Quentin Nelson, where's he at, 29?
Yeah.
And Brandon Brooks at 98? I mean, come on now.
Come on.
Stop it.
Where's Martin?
Brooks should at least be in the late 40s, at least.
Crazy, man. Hey. Smokeless says Mahomes, Wilson, Jackson, Brees, Wentz. So pretty much, common denominators here in the top 5. Shout out to everyone up in here. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channels. Links in the description below. We're waiting to hear this top number 1. If you can't guard Mike, the defense and the O-line from Drew Hill drop off, but not too much. Carson played with bums. So the real top 3 QBs are Russell, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers.
What the hell?
And Wentz.
And DJ Wentz. But you just named 4 quarterbacks there, my guy. I don't think your numbers are right.
JJ says, has Wentz won in war? Come on, JJ. Are you serious right now?
What's Dak won, bro? Come on.
What's
Dak
he won?
Wentz literally won an MVP, but just didn't finish the season. Like, come on now. Let's stop it.
What has Dak won anyway? Does you want to remind me, Jay? Because I don't know.
He just won. He won the Offensive Rookie of the Year back in 2016. That's what
Didn't he share that with Zeke?
I think Zeke should have got it. I think Zeke should have got it.
Yeah, Zeke should have had it. He had 1,500 yards. I mean, it's the
Zeke
3rd most rushing yards ever ran by a rookie. I mean,
Eagles season.
In a season of all things. Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Dude, that's my thing, though. Like, the numbers between Wentz and Dak are very close. You might say, yeah, Dak has some advantages in the categories. But guess what? He has an Ezekiel Elliott who's put up 1,000 yards every single year since he's been in, except one in which he was suspended. He's gotten an Amari Cooper. He had Jason Wentz. Like, this is the thing that I'm talking about. Carson Wentz never had that guy. He went from throwing the ball to Dorial Green Beckham and Jordan Matthews to Alshon Jeffrey. And that's pretty much been it. Like, that's my thing. And he just got Miles Sanders this year, who played 2/3 of the season and was banged up. And if the numbers are that close, I mean, expect what would happen if you give Wentz a top number 1 receiver. You know what I mean? Like,
let's go, Brewers. Hey, Appreciate the sub, man. Appreciate that. I'm actually going to go live tomorrow, so be sure to check out our stream at around 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to be streaming, going through some of the games of the regular season.
Oh, my God, bro. Hold up. Because, all right, so this comment says they put Pat number 4 to create controversy so people can talk about the list. True 3, Wentz got exposed versus Miami. Do you want to go back and check the stats from that game? Do you know what the final score
Wentz
was?
played good against Miami.
We put up 30 points or more. Like, come on.
I mean, I ain't going to say nothing.
It was our defense that got roasted. Darby got lit up against Miami. Parker made Darby look like cheeks.
My team lost to Miami last year. I can't talk nothing.
Hey,
I
Mario
actually went to
Chalmers,
that game too, so I'm sad. Okay,
Mario
I was
Chalmers
sad
sitting there in bed watching this video as he tries to fall asleep. He's still up in here. Said I brought up Stafford and y'all dogged him.
bro.
Hey,
You still in here? Go to bed. You said you was going to bed.
He waiting for that top number 1.
Oh man. Wentz is so elite, they built him a full statue. He had a lot to do with getting us to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry that you don't want to admit it. It's just delusion.
Once your quarterback actually gets you in a position to win a Super Bowl, then come talk to these Eagles fans. Then
Crazy.
Then you can talk.
Who's your last statue? Stallback? I don't want to hear that.
It's a VHS tape. It's a VHS tape.
That thing's busted by now.
I mean, come on now.
Hey, RB, you got to – I don't know if you can scroll to it, bro. I just see something here from Let's Go Birds HD. You already know I'm a Nets fan. I ain't reporting on them, but I'm going to put it out there. The Brooklyn Nets go into, bro.
Yeah, the Nets suck. They don't even have enough players. I mean, us 5 right here could probably make the Brooklyn Nets right now. To be quite honest with you.
The point guard position.
Notion, you got to get that one up, bro.
Hey, man, look.
But you got to get that
We
one.
playing for next year, bro. We playing for next year.
We about to
need
beat out
KD back.
and Kyrie Irving, bro.
Hey, Notion, why you sounding like Cowboys fans right now?
Hey,
next
look.
year, and then the next year. Like, come on now. Come on,
Hey,
now.
look. All I'm saying is y'all about to be in the same position. That's all I'm saying. We're going to see y'all talking about it soon. Sixers going home in fashion, too. Get ready for it.
I've been saying one more year since 1997. Boys.
Come on now. Come on now.
All love. All love.
Get the freaking Tom Brady tanks
Come on.
out of here. Stop it. If
Brady's
Tom
not
Brady
like that.
takes them to the Super Bowl, then yes, but no. Jeez, get
let's
the
stop
heck
it.
out of here with that.
Hey, I got a question for J. Rick. I know you're sitting there thinking hard. Hey, it's time we talk about it. Who's better, Carson Wentz or Dak Prescott? Who do you think?
Arm talent wise, I got to give it to Carson. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna
Wow.
be
You hear that, JJ? You hear
Hey,
that,
JJ,
bro? He's your
Trilla.
own fan.
But listen to this. I'll say leader. I don't know. I don't follow Carson too much, but Dak is a tremendous leader. He does and says everything great off the field, but the league is what have you done for me lately? So I'm just gonna say that. So Carson, he won against us when it meant more. So at this juncture, you got to give it to Carson.
Thank you. A rational Cowboys fan. You love to see it. In the wild, they're rare. Okay, so it's really nice.
But we do have the best player in the division in Ezekiel Elliott, so I'll put that out there as well.
I'm not gonna disagree. But
Hey,
Yeah,
Zeke's a bull out there, man. Zeke is the bull out there.
hey, I'm a Buckeyes fan, so I love Zeke. Okay, so I always root for the guy. I actually met him this year. Actually, went on the Buckeye cruise. He actually was on it, and I actually got to talk to him and hang out with him for a little bit. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you can't deny Zeke's talent. I mean, Zeke.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I was pulling for that too. I mean, I understand. I think what the question Dallas had was he a reach? What y'all pick him at? Like number
4.
number 4? I mean, hey, you really can't even say it's a reach. I mean, the man, hey, he's paid dividends to what he's out there doing. So the only thing that came with that was that man needed that bag. He needed that 4th round pick bag when it was time to pay up, which is kind of some of the problems now.
He deserves the money. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
I really do hate that. I really do hate that management's kind of gotten to the point where they say don't pay the running backs. You know, I do hate that because I agree with it in a lot of ways. But I mean, come on, when you're a running back that's top 5 in the league, you're the top 5 of your position. You got to get paid.
Pay that man.
He almost didn't. What does that tell you about your ownership?
Hey, don't be making fun of Jerry Jones. I think Jerry Jones is a very good owner. The issue he has is that you need an actual GM to actually take over actual management actual jobs. Keep Jerry Jones out of the issue. That's the problem you have.
What I don't like about Jerry is I feel like he lets his feelings get attached to people too much. Like with the Jason Garrett situation, I felt like Tony Romo was our quarterback too long. So
that last comment, I feel bad for him. We're like canceling him out of here.
Yeah, he lets his feelings get like they say don't mix business with pleasure, and I think that's what Jerry does too much. He does that way too much.
I don't think he had a close enough relationship with Dak.
That's another thing too. Like, they say, well, you got people that call Jerry like dad. Like Dak, I guess Dak hasn't got that, that close with Jerry. So, and I think that kind of pisses Jerry off a little bit. Like he's not picking up the phone and calling him about the deal and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, man. I mean, like him and Tony, they had that, hey, Tony Romo was at his house chilling, you know what I'm saying? On the weekends, they was hanging out. Right. Dak, hey, they ain't got that kind of, that same kind of relationship. So, yeah, man, it's just tough. I think until y'all get an official GM out there, some of these who we gonna pay first and this top dollar. If
I had a wider camera, I'd be doing it right now, though. I'd be doing that right now if I had a wider camera. I can't do it though. I don't think I have a wide enough camera. Hold on, I can.
Do the Dak dance.
That's for Jared.
I'm gonna see what.
Russell's number two.
Already.
You'll probably see half of me, but it's all right.
Already. Sweet. Indeed. Yeah.
I may not do it quite like Dak, but I'm okay. I'm all right.
You gotta work them hip flexors out.
Desert Eagle 90, you're welcome. I'll never do that again in my life.
Wilson's 2.
Yeah, so Lamar's number 1.
I figured that.
That's garbage.
They gave Lamar number 1. Oh yeah, okay.
Man gets MVP and voted number 1 best player in the league.
Yep.
I would love to actually give it to the guy that actually won the dang Super Bowl, but it's whatever.
So I think that's got to be a history thing. Yeah, I don't think Lamar made it last year. So for him to not even make the list to go straight to number 1, popularity vote. That's exactly what that is. Garbage.
Might as well have just taken the entire, Ravens fan base and just, come on, man. Like, that's garbage. I don't know how he was number 1, honestly. Like, it actually kind of makes me mad. How does Mahomes just dominate the NFL and not number 1?
Yeah, they should be switched. That's exactly what it should be. They should be switched. This running back group, I mean, why is Ingram in there? Why is Ingram in that running back group? Where's Derrick Henry?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about I'm thinking about the top 5 backs.
If you're going to put any Ravens running back, you forgot Lamar. Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why is Ingram in there? Why is he in there? That's not even. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Ingram got to be taken off that list.
You could say Ingram's the top 7 running back. I would agree, but he ain't top 5. No question.
Yeah, I have Henry, Cook. I have both of them over Ingram.
Yeah, I got Cook in there. Zeke, Barkley, Christian McCaffrey.
I'll take Marlon Mack over him, to be honest with you, but
man, I can't.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh man, rock the artist. I meant to say people don't want to give Wentz no credit. Never, man. Never. Desert Eagle says, no worries, I got it saved.
Oh man, that's great. Now I'm gonna be YouTube famous tomorrow. Just watch.
Hey, working out them hip flexors. You already know.
Mahomes was MVP last year and was number 4 NFL top 100 is a joke. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, they do it for the ratings. That's exactly what they do it for. Cause yeah, this ain't no kind of. Pretty much, nobody should be taking no kind of stock into this because, again, I don't even know who these players are that voted on this, but I knew this list was complete garbage once they mentioned Carson Wentz don't even get a mention on the list. This list is trash.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they can't have players do these lists no more. That was garbage.
Yeah, they need to stop.
Bill Polian screaming at the sky right now.
That's true. You see, Honey Badger was making fun of him earlier this week. He was saying Honey Badger was not as good as what Bill Polian thinks he would be. Or no, he was talking about Joe Burrow. Talking about Joe Burrow being behind, and then he was saying how Bill Polian didn't necessarily think Honey Badger was that great either. Look, Bill Polian's beyond his time, okay? He ain't a GM no more. That's the reason why. But, I mean, Bill Polian's not dumb, okay? He messes up on some people. Every GM does. But, I mean, he built a really good one for a reason. So,
You see that Pro Football Focus ranked Joe Burrow and Carson in the same ranking, along with Dak?
No,
They
but
put
that's
Joe Burrow in the same ranking?
In like tier 3 group, they had Joe Burrow, Carson, Matt Stafford, Dak Prescott, like those guys.
man ain't even stepped on the field yet, and they're doing that.
I like
And
Joe Burrow.
this comment is gold, RB. This comment is gold. I mean, you'll get some respect. Okay, so then why is there respect for Lamar Jackson? Man ain't even won a playoff game yet. He ain't even won one yet. Like, how is he getting all the respect in the world and Carson Wentz ain't?
Oh man,
That comment is dumb. Get that out of here.
I'm laughing at this comment. NFL players think Max Kellerman made.
Hey, I'm saying.
Damn.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Yes, Desert Eagle 90. I'm perfectly fine with you putting it up. I'm not afraid of the publicity. I don't mind it. Is he bring the juice? Yes, I am, sir. Bring the juice, Colts podcast, man. Appreciate you.
It's crazy how many people think Lamar deserves to be number 1. I agree with you.
Don't
Why
get it.
Tannehill top 100? How is Ertz not higher? Big play slate, late 80s or high 90s. How is Wentz a top 10 quarterback, but not in the top 100 list? Makes no sense.
Makes no sense to me at all. None.
None.
It makes no sense. They need to stop making this a player thing. If it is, stop glorifying this list as if it means something. It doesn't. It means nothing in the end. So why is it that we actually should care? I mean, that's if the players are doing it.
It's crazy, man. But hey, shout out to all 30 people up in here. 2 hours, 12 minutes up into this thing.
I'm probably going to have to hop off in like 15 minutes. I got to go to work in the morning early.
Probably all going to hop off here in like 10, 15 minutes. Give us any questions that y'all want us to answer in the comments, and we'll go around and answer them. Overall, my last question I want to know from you guys, really, which teams do you expect to be it? We'll go, let's see. We'll go into NFC. Which teams do you guys expect to be the top playoff teams in 2020? As of right now, I know it's hard to say it from now looking forward, but which top, we'll say 6. Which 6 teams would you guys put in the mix to make the playoffs this year?
I mean, the Saints have to be up there, and the Seahawks have to be up there. San Francisco's still going to be there. The Eagles are going to be there. I would even put Dallas. I would put Dallas in there. That number 6, though, number 6, I really don't know. That's a tough one. I do honestly think that Tampa Bay is actually going to be decent, and I think they can slip their way in there because I know some of us don't want to give Tom Brady credit, but man, that offense that they have is stacked, and Bruce Arians is a very good coach. They have the best rushing defense in all of football. Their secondary needs to improve a lot, but I mean, again, they're a good team overall, so I think they slipped their way in there somehow.
Definitely. I guess if I had to pick, what are we going from the NFC? I definitely got to put, of course. I honestly think there's going to be 2 teams possibly that's going to come out the East. So I'll go ahead and put in there. Honestly, I don't know. For right now, I'm definitely going to say the Eagles because I do honestly see that the Giants may somehow shock everybody in the NFC East, and it might happen. They might sneak some playoff. I don't know. I don't see that happening. Probably not. But I'm definitely going to put the Saints in there. One of those divisions is getting 2. I don't know if Tampa Bay is going to come out with it, within that division also. Then you got Seattle. I think Seattle, will kind of make their noise. Let me see. What other division am I missing here? I got the.
I didn't even mention the NFC East. Or no, I didn't say East. I said North. I didn't even mention North. I should have put. That's a good question of who's winning that division because I still think it's the Packers, but I mean, at that point, I have no idea who's actually better, because Aaron Rodgers may simply not care.
Yeah, I think honestly, you got to put the Packers in there. I mean, what the Bears right now? I know they got what? Actually, what they just picked up Foles, don't they? They got
Foles and Mitch Trubisky. Yeah, they're battling for the starting spot right now.
I just think, right now the Packers got that whole thing, but you can't sleep on the Vikings. Kirk Cousins. I'm not buying it.
All right.
I don't know. I'm going to put. Yeah.
All right. So obviously, I'll even say division winners. NFC East, I got the Eagles. NFC North, I'm gonna save that one because that one's a little controversy. NFC West, I got Seattle. Picking up Jamal Adams, they're gonna be pretty dominant, especially on the defensive side and offensive. NFC, which one am I missing? The Saints division?
The South, yeah, the South.
Yeah, South.
All right, I got the Saints winning, and I got the Chicago Bears winning the NFC North, and my and then the Cowboys and the Bucks are both going to win. I think the Packers miss out on a tiebreaker game with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So you're taking San Francisco out of it?
Yeah, I think they drop off.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff that's been going around with San Fran. I just don't think – I think Garoppolo's loss in the Super Bowl last year is a lot more detrimental than people actually think.
Okay. I get you.
And then my bold prediction for that, NFC Championship game, Eagles, Bears, Carson whoops up on Foles, and then the talks are finally over. I don't care what happens after that. If that's a Super Bowl in itself.
Yes.
That's a bold prediction. I mean, the Packers are probably going to end up making it, let's be honest here. But I would love to see the Bears make it over the Packers.
I'm digging that.
I don't believe the Packers do that at all. I mean, they lost Blake Martinez. They lost a bunch of different guys. And, even if their head coach gets more bonding with Rodgers, they still haven't fixed their wide receiver position. They lost parts of their defense that were the most pivotal parts of their defense. So they're going to be worse. They're going to be worse this year.
So actually, we're not speaking on like the 7 that are going to make the playoff, just six, right?
Yeah, 6.
All right. So I got Philly, Dallas, New Orleans, San Fran. That's 4 or 5.
And then the NFC North you need.
No one's talking about how Minnesota lost their entire secondary. No one's talking about that. They lost Trey Waynes, Xavier Rhodes. I think they still have they still have Harrison. Harrison.
Still have Harrison Smith. Yeah.
They still have the 2 safeties, but they lost their entire cornerback crew.
Stephon Diggs too.
Is Grifferson still? I guess is he technically with them, or is he a free?
Who?
Everson.
Yeah, he's not even on the team. So yeah, Everson.
So yeah, he gone too then. Yeah.
I think people sleep on the Cardinals, man. I think they're going to be pretty good this year. I think Kyler's going to take a step, and of course, with them getting DeAndre Hopkins, I think the Cardinals could be a sleeper this year for sure.
Okay.
Damn you, J-Rick. You took my sleeper team, bro. I was going to mention it. I'm telling you, I was going to come out of nowhere. Look.
I did that before. I said that before, but.
Look, the Eagles, NFC East, you already know. The NFC North, man, got to go with Green Bay. The Bears, Trubisky stinks. Choke Cousins is doesn't even have anything to choke. I mean, they're just gonna stink this year. I think the Seahawks win a division. I think the Saints win a division. But I think the Arizona Cardinals come in there and take a playoff spot. I'm telling you, they are looking scary. People are sleeping. That's my sleeper team of the NFL. That is my sleeper team of the entire NFL. Do you guys have any other sleeper teams that you could realistically see like? Yeah, that team, is going to come out of nowhere and take a playoff spot.
Yeah, I mean, you said it right. I mean, Arizona's got all the components. I mean, they improved that offense. They improved the offensive line. That defense has a ton of playmakers on it that still can make plays. So, yeah, I mean, because, they had the foundation there. They just needed to get some talent. And that's ultimately what – am I seeing a Falcons thing on here right now? Waylon. Their defense is trash. It's more trash than the top 100 list we just got done dealing with right now. They're trash. There ain't no way they're making the playoffs.
Hey, Matt Ryan might get a resurgence, he said, man.
Nah.
He might be resurged.
I don't care if he throws for 450 yards a game. That defense is horrendous.
Yeah.
I mean, he was throwing 400 yards a game last year, and they were still losing. I mean, that's how bad they are on defense.
Oh, my gosh. Eagles record prediction 12-4, Super Bowl win, Carson Wentz MVP. Too much hype, too crazy. I think not. Hey, my bold take, my fire take is that the Eagles go into the playoffs. They beat the stinking Cowboys. They go ahead and they beat Nick Foles, and then they beat Andy Reid in the Super Bowl. How about that?
Give them all the 3 specials. Sweep all that out. I'm on board with that, RB. Salute.
Yep. Of course you have Philly in the Super Bowl. Why are you still up, bro? I thought you went to bed. Come on.
Yeah, I thought you did. You were supposed to be going to bed like 45 minutes ago.
Carson, 4,039 yards. Mahomes, 4,031. 27-26, 7-5. Carson wasn't ranked on the top 110. Yeah, it's just disrespectful, man. It's just disrespectful.
Talking total yards from last season, I thought Mahomes had way more than 4,000.
I don't know.
Maybe I read that comment wrong because those numbers did not look right to me.
I don't know.
I don't know what he's trying to implement, but
I think he is talking about last season.
Those numbers are completely false. I mean, I don't know what he's talking about. Mahomes had 5,000. Mahomes had 5,000 yards and he had 53 touchdowns. I mean,
no, that was the year before.
That was the year before than we're talking about, but. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, like, if we're talking this year, those numbers are completely false.
Yeah. 2019, those were the right stats, 4,031.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
Wentz led Mahomes in every statistical category, except interceptions, yet he didn't make the 110. How does that even make sense? They have this man 3, but they have Tannehill, who can't even throw the ball. They have – didn't Matt Ryan make this list? He better not have, because he stinks.
I don't think. No, he better not. I don't believe.
I don't think he did. No,
he's just as good as Cam Newton is right now. I don't care.
Cam gets no love.
Before we get up on out of here, 32 people in here. You better smash the like button, hit the subscribe on the channel. You guys already know, man. We're going to go around the table. You guys give me your fire takes. Give me something bold. Give me something crazy in the comments. It can be from any team, any player, anyone. Give me a hot take. We're going to go around the board here. I want your guys' bold takes. The most fire you can give me. Give me something crazy. Go ahead.
I will do the same thing that I did last time. I'll do the same thing I did last time.
No. You're not getting off that easy.
What you mean? What you mean? It's the same thing. You like it. You like it.
We bring fresh fire takes.
Okay. All right. All right. I got it. Okay. I got it. Hold on. Okay. 200 tackles for Darius Leonard this year. 200. Fire take, Deforest Buckner up the middle, all-pro defensive tackle taking those double teams. Darius Leonard's not getting blocked. Darius Leonard, 200 tackles this year.
All right, and do you have one for like just maybe another team or like the NFL or just something crazy that you could see happening?
The Cleveland Browns make the playoffs. I'm tired, man. I got to go to sleep. I ain't thinking straight.
All right, I got Sidney Jones is going to lead the team in interceptions, and Javon Hargrave is going to lead the team in sacks, with Fletch and Darius Slay obviously in second. And then for the league, Drew Lock will be a Pro Bowler, and he will lead them to a wild card.
Ooh, wow.
And win that wild card too.
Hey, Brokey 711. Okay, he had 162 his rookie year. Okay, he had 107 or 162, and they didn't have the defensive line that they have now. So it definitely is possible. Okay, it is if he plays full season.
Wow. Hey, hold up.
Oh,
Shout out
yes.
to my guy Rob up in here. Appreciate the super chat. My guy says, as a Birds fan, I think Washington is going to go 9-7 with that coaching staff and roster. Eagles will finish 11-5. Hashtag go Birds. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. And I'm right there with you, Rob. I know Philly Nosh is talking about these Giants creeping up. They got a tough schedule. I'm expecting Washington to win 7 games. Honestly, I am. I think Washington is priming themselves for the future. So I hear you, Robert. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. I'm going to throw my hot take in here real quick, man. I'm going to go ahead and say, put it out there like this. I do feel, okay, just because of the absence right now, I think we're thinning out a little bit at our receiving group. So I'm going to go ahead and say Jalen Reagor is going to be leading the team in receptions this year and is going to have at least 1,000+ receiving yards. I'm saying that right now. Let's go and get it. And then I would say in the league, I'm going to go ahead and say that, I think Arizona may actually push to be a better actual competition point this year. I actually see them possibly being maybe similar to, let's go and say what the Niners were last year. They might have a possible Super Bowl run. We'll see how they work out.
All right. Of course, it's going to be super biased, but with everybody worried about CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup, and Blake Jordan as well, I ain't going to throw his name in there. I think with them worried about our receivers, Zeke doesn't face any 8-man boxes anymore. I think Zeke breaks Eric Dickerson's rushing record this year. I think that could happen. I think he could go for 2105 is the record. I think he can go for 2106. I think he could. And my hot take for the league, I got Jamal Adams winning Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
All right, fellas. You know I got something cooking up for y'all, man. Hey, for the Philadelphia Eagles, I'll give you one, J-Rick. And this will be partly because of the Cowboys' terrible defense. Hey, ready for this? The Eagles will have 2 tight ends over 650 yards. Yeah, that's right. Zach Ertz and your boy Dallas Goedert.
This should have been in Dallas.
This isn't Mike Groh offense anymore. I mean, get Mike Groh out of here. Send him away. Look, I'm telling you, we are going to line up some of them 2 tight end sets. I'm expecting Goddard to be ready to go, man. I'm telling you. And my league prediction, all right? I had to cook one up for you guys. Ready? Bill Belichick, despite Cam Newton, despite the Patriots might have 15 guys that sit out by the next 3 weeks. The Patriots will win the AFC East, will make the playoffs, and will win a playoff game. Yeah, that's right. Bill Belichick will prove this year that he is the X factor, not Tom Brady.
Yeah, everyone who thinks that he's going to be tanking obviously does not know Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick never tanks. And especially this year, like, why? The year after he decides to not re-sign Tom Brady, you're going to give people the satisfaction of saying, oh, it was Tom that made us great all this time? No, you never do that.
I'm telling you, man. Don't sleep on the page. I cannot sleep on him. I can't see Bill Belichick winning 4 games in a year or 5 games in a year. I just can't see it happening.
Can't see it.
And you're going to see when this Tampa Bay team bottoms out, Gronkowski's too old. I love me some Mike Evans, and I think he's going to ball. But Brady, his arm is going to be shot by week 10. Come on.
Can we all just get an appreciation here, or can we just get a group consensus that Gronk's 95 rating in Madden is the most utter crap that we have ever seen? This man ain't played in the NFL for 2 years, and yet he's a 95.
They were talking about his age, I thought, not his freaking his ability. Come on.
What do you mean? Even when he played in New England, he was slower. He couldn't catch the ball as well. Like, he was obviously physically dropping off. I don't get it. I don't get that at all.
Nah,
that was
makes
bad.
no sense.
It's because his name is Gronkowski.
Yep, that's it. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yep. Julian, hot take for Notion. Ben Simmons will drop 50 on the Nets next season. There you go.
Julian out here just trying to throw shade at you.
That's my guy, man. Eagles defense top 3 this year. Count it. Hot take, Kayvon Wallace ends Zeke season. That means he's going to deliver a blow. Hey, fat boy. Zeke's getting fat. Zeke's getting fat, man. I'm telling you.
Shout out
to my guy, Ethan, man. Go ahead and read it, J-Rick. Go ahead.
Nah, I don't even want to read it.
He like, I didn't want to read that one, bro. I'm not speaking that one to an existence.
To do this all along, man. I've been telling him to do that all along.
That doesn't happen at all.
He said, you're going to miss me with that one.
Carson Wentz, MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Rhaegar, Rookie of the Year. Eagles will be going to win the Super Bowl for years to come. We finally get noticed. Brandon Graham, 14 sacks. Offensive Player of the Year to Wentz, and Joe Burrow's arrogant ass will be a bust. Joe Burrow at the end. Hey,
man, he put that in all caps too. He wanted you to know how absurd.
Whoa! Ethan's coming crazy right now. Ethan's coming crazy. Hold up. Hot take: the Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl against.
I'm leaving. I'm out.
MVP. Woo! Oh my! Hold up, Nelson Mayfield, 120 years.
Get out of here!
You see this one, Darren?
Into this stream, bro.
You see this?
Nelson Aguilar about to get MVP out there in Oakland. Cut it out.
Nelson Aguilar going for 120.
120 receptions.
Cowboys, Eagles, and Redskins make the playoffs.
It's Washington. There is no
when is the last time has anyone actually had 3 teams from the division actually make the playoff? I don't think has that ever happened?
Possible? Like, is that I guess it can be possible. I don't know. I don't think I saw that.
Basically would mean that those 3 teams would have to pretty much beat every team that they face outside of the ones that they face in their division.
Can that happen though? Because it can't. Because
I don't think it can. You can only get 2.
Remember when the Panthers went like 5 and like 11 and they won the division? Like
that's right. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Waylon, I like that one.
We love you guys for taking your time to make content for us, man. Love your effort. Keep up the good work, bros. Love and respect. Shout out to you, my guy. Appreciate you coming in here with the fire.
Oh, yes.
Carson averages 200 passing yards a game.
I think Brokey actually responded to that and said he already averages 251. Yeah, right there.
Hey, actually, because Let's Go Birds is my guy. He brings up a good point. The last question I'll ask you guys is, what should be the new name of the Washington football team? He says the Washington Brown Shirts, the Washington Redskins ideas are brewing here. And since we got some NFC East guys up here, let's go around the table. What should the Washington? I'll just say the Washington name be. The Washington.
Oh, let me start this one up, bro. You already know I'm going with the official Washington trash cans. Go ahead and put it out there because they're garbage.
Oh man,
I don't even know.
I got one. The Washington, instead of the Redskins, the can't wins. Can't dash wins. Put it on the name. Put it on the jersey.
All right. Since I'm not a
Let me just say real quick, the Redskins have the biggest advantage of all in the division. They are used to playing with no fans. So
Jesus. Shots fired. I'm the only NFC East, non-NFC East guy here, so I'll give a realistic perspective. I actually really like what I've been seeing with like the Red Wolves. I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be dope name. It's something that, is catchy, but then again, I don't necessarily know what you would call a Red Wolf, but I mean, it's
trash.
Whatever.
I don't even want to speak on it. They're like, besides the Eagles, the rest, the Washington football team is probably, our biggest rival. I don't want to get it back.
I thought for a second there,
from the Washington thumbs down. No.
Yo, for a second, like I heard you say rest. I thought you were gonna say the Washington restrooms. I was about to start.
I support it.
They're a bunch of crap. Like, come on, 4-4, anything? He's just sitting there in like just disgust, thinking about the Washington football team. Like,
yeah, there was one name that they were talking about earlier, but I don't know. Like every Washington team kind of has that same like ALS at the end of it. Capitals, Nationals. The only one is the Wizards, and they stink just as much as the Redskins do.
I think it's the Sentinels that you're thinking of. The Sentinels.
Yeah, that was the one. But I don't know. What can you call them?
Nothing. That's what you can
anything
call
beyond the football team.
Let's go.
Football team is not happening.
Oh my God, the Washington no fans.
I haven't been in a long time.
I think Nick Foles traded back to the Eagles at the deadline. Sheesh. Gronk 95 and came back from retirement.
Cut it out.
Oh, Trill JJ's still in here. Bro, get out of here.
Wait, you're J. Rick Reed, the guy that says my bro. Cool. Hot take, CeeDee Lamb fails in Dallas and gets traded to the Eagles at the deadline.
Not
okay. You wish.
Yeah, it's getting to that time. Love seeing the Philly community coming together, laughing together, talking sports. This should happen more instead of pointless riots, but it will never happen. Hey, man, I love talking sports with my guys up in here, man.
Appreciate the love, RB. Big stuff.
My guy Philly Mike up in the building. Philly Talk Podcast. Y'all, just came off an hour and a half stream. Y'all still going. We're still up in here, man. Getting ready to get up off here. Let's see. We got some Washington names that we'll end on here. The Washington Wood Thrushes. Washington Mohawks. I like that Washington can't win name.
Yes.
Let's see. 07-08 Redskins, Giants, and Cowboys all made the playoffs. Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, I figured it was possible. It just very rarely happens.
Tell the people in the chat to subscribe to my channel. Hey, we got you, my guy. Just comment. Comment when the stream's done. What's up, gentlemen? What's going on, bro? The Washington A-holes. The Washington Dodo Skins, the Washington Ugly Men, the Washington Lose Skins.
We can't use that one.
I'm done.
Let's go, Birds. Dude, chill a little bit, okay?
Oh boy, wins MVP. Washington No Fans, Woodpeckers. Hey, Well, with that being said, man, 2.5 hours strong. Appreciate all my guys up in here, man. If you guys have not yet, hit the like button on the stream, subscribe. A bunch of great dudes up in the stream. This was a lot of fun, a lot of energy. Shout out to everyone in the chat that's just been coming crazy. My guy Derek from the Colts podcast, 4 for 4. My guy always bringing the Philly Notion on the come up. And J-Rick, man, you got to start up that channel, my guy, because the Dallas Nation needs you. You are their savior. I'm telling you, you could knock some sense into the Dallas Cowboys fan base. But hey, with that being said, shout out to all my guys. I go by RB. You already know Philly Take with RB.
Derek Larger, Bring the Juice Colts podcast.
4-4 Philly fan. Thank you all for watching.
Already, it's your boy Philly Notion. Y'all know what it is. Go keep the notion.
Hold on. Before you say this, the Washington Kyrie Irving Egos.
This man with Kyrie Irving, this man just be going off about that, man.
Oh man, crazy. And let them know, J-Rick, who are you? Tell us. Tell us who the only
He said, y'all see the star. Y'all know what it is.
J-Rick, man, look for that channel coming soon. Appreciate my guy RB for having me on as well as the other fellas, and let's keep it going.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, appreciate you guys, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.